It's time for Jackson High School football with Dan Dobbins, Dan Morrow, and Pete Wilson. Jackson High School football is brought to you this year by Atomic Credit Union, Belicio Foods, Dave's Custom Butchering, Higgins Roofing and Siding, Holzer Health System, Jackson Implement, Jackson County Health Department, Leala Lanes of Wellston, Max Residential Heating and Cooling, Nimco LP Gas Service, Osborne Equipment Service, Papa John's of Jackson, Jackson County Banking Center, and Virgil Hamilton Nationwide Insurance. Coverage is also brought to you by A&A Truck Stop, Dan Daly, State Farm Insurance, Four Winds Community, HER Realtors, the McNerlin Network, Jerry's Jamestown Market, M&R Farm Fresh Meats, McDonald's of Jackson, Dakota's Roadhouse, Jerry's Jamestown Market, Ohio Valley Bank, Schuert Folks Insurance. Jackson Express is the sponsor of the Coach Andy Hall pregame show. Gillum Insurance has the player of the game, and Monroe Collision has the collision of the game.
We're in the third week of August. School just started yesterday. And if you're in Jackson, Ohio, that means one thing. It's time for Jackson Ironman football. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dan Morrow, along with my good buddy Pete Wilson. And we are going to bring you a surprise game here tonight on a Thursday night. This doesn't happen very often, Mr. Wilson, but it's a whiteout at Jackson Alumni Stadium. We are taking on one of our longtime rivals, the Logan Chieftains, and it is finally Football Thursday.
Right, it is great. I tell you, we were looking at the phone all week, watching TV, knew the weather forecast wasn't good, and what do you know? We're just minutes away from kickoff. The sun is shining. I don't know whether the birds are singing, but we've got high school football once again. And what a matchup here to start the season for the Ironmen and the Chieftains. Two old rivals going at it again in the opener.
98th time these two teams have met. And all you Dan Dobbins groupies, he will be with us, but not for a couple weeks. Dan has been a little bit ill, and that's one of the things we've been fighting the last year and a half here in the United States and all over the world. But he will be back, but tonight it'll just be Pete and I bringing this game to you, and we are looking forward to it. And it is now time for the first of this year, the 12th time that we have done the Coach Andy Hall pregame show. So we're going to take a break. We're going to bring you the Coach Andy Hall pregame show, and we'll be back with more pregame activities in just a few minutes.
Welcome to the Coach Andy Hall pregame show starring Jackson Ironman head football coach Andy Hall and myself, Dan Morrow. Tonight's show is sponsored again this year by the Jackson Express, home of Big Papa's Pizza, chicken, subs, and much, much more. And we really do appreciate their support on this. Coach, we're about to start your 13th year as the head coach at Jackson. Your overall record is 97-32. You are far and away the winningest coach in the history of Jackson Ironman football. Your record includes 5 SEOAL championships, 2 Frontier Athletic Conference championships, and 8 trips to the playoffs. Quite a resume, but how have you kept your sanity?
I tell you what, this is a 12-month-a-year job for sure. But I appreciate that. I understand that this all comes from having great players and great assistant coaches, and I've been blessed to have basically the same staff throughout these last 12 years, and administration that supports us, and booster clubs that do a great job to help with the kids and the staff, and it's a community effort, and we're so excited about having year 13 right around the corner, and really excited about what's coming up ahead.
Well, you love to brag about your staff, and it starts with your dad on down. But we lost a good one this year, and it was a good thing. But we got to mention Doug Wooten getting a job as the assistant principal at the high school and leaving you after how many very special years as a football man here at Jackson.
Well, like I said, he was with me for 12 seasons, and of course he was an assistant before I got here, and very happy for he and his family to move on professionally and get to be assistant principal. And it's nice that I have. I work with an assistant principal and a principal that both coached with me on the football team. So, very happy for what he's been able to accomplish. We brought Jeffrey Allen on board this year, a great assistant coach from Oak Hill. I coached against him when he played at Oak Hill back in the 90s when I was the head coach at Rock Hill, and he had a great career, and he's done a lot of great things down there as an assistant at different levels. So we brought him on board. Tyler Jeffers, of course, has been an assistant for the last several years. We moved him up to the varsity, and he played for me back in 2011, and So we did have some changes with the staff, but great people to come in to fill those roles, and again, very very excited about getting this thing going.
We mentioned this is your 13th season. This is the 12th year we've done the Andy Hall pregame show, and my gosh, some good memories through the years and some exciting football. But you know what? It's just been a lot of fun. We want to thank Jackson Express for sponsoring us again. We really enjoy doing this.
We've had some great sponsors, and Jackson Express has been here for several years now, and it just gives us a chance to talk before the game and kind of give the people listening a little preview of what they're going to hear or possibly see in the stadium and everything. So, we're excited about this, and again, the sponsorship really helps as well.
The season ended last year. I know it's 1 month later. You start those early morning workouts, off-season workouts. This team has been very dedicated.
It really has. We finished the season, a little bit early because of the shortened season anyway. But 30 days after that, we got right back into it, 4 days a week, and we had the best participation, and we've always had good participation in the weight room, don't get me wrong, but this year's attendance was by far the best, and I think this group of seniors really have a lot to prove. We have 4 or 5 of these kids have started for me as freshmen, which is unusual in this program, but this is their 4th year, and they understood the commitment level it takes, and they really led this group in the off season, and we're hoping that the fruits of their labor will show starting tonight.
Well, we lost 8 seniors from last year's 5-2 football team, and it was a tough year to get through with the COVID and all the issues and everything. But you know what? You have challenged this pretty experienced group with a tough schedule, one of the toughest schedules in all Southeast Ohio, and maybe one of the toughest around anywhere.
And we have, and we thought this was a good year to do that. We started off with 2 scrimmages that, Ashland, Kentucky, who won the state title last fall, we played them up there at Putnam Stadium and had a real good scrimmage. And then we brought Dayton Bellbrook, who's a perennial powerhouse in Division III in Dayton area, last weekend, and really took it to us. I mean, I thought we played really well against Ashland. Came out with a 3-point, win, if you want to consider that. But then, last Friday we just didn't play well, but contributed a lot of that to playing a great football team. But it was a humbling experience. It gave us a chance to really look at our deficiencies and maybe make some changes personnel wise. But that's what we're about. We're trying to compete at the highest level and compete against the best talent. And we thought those 2 scrimmages set us up for what will be probably the best non-league schedule we've ever coached against and played.
Being week 1, we won't talk about last week's game, but we don't know much about the Ironmen. We as fans, we're trying to learn as much as we can. Tell us about this Jackson Ironman football team.
Well, like you said, we had 8 great seniors last year that we lost, which means we had a lot of kids coming back. We start up front with the offensive line. Caleb McGraw, a returning starter at center, again, a lot better than he was last year because, again, it goes back to the strength. A.J. Denny moves from tackle to guard, who also was a starter. David Norris started last year as well. He had played guard and tackle. We've just kept him at that guard position. Trent Evans, who probably had the best off-season development of any of these kids, will get to start at left tackle. And then Nate O'Brien will get to start at right tackle, but then Grant Masson will be rotating in at guard and tackle, which he's played there for the last couple years. You'll also see Alan Adams backing up the center spot. Tylen Messer will be backing up both tackles positions. And then Brody Butcher, who has been one of our starting tight ends, just jumped in the other day and wanted to get some more reps, jumped in at guard and really had a great week of practice. So we're going to give him 2 numbers. You may see him tonight playing some guard as well. So, a group of guys that had a lot of experience last year that struggled at times because of their youth, we're hoping to have, a great performance starting tonight. At the tight end position, I mentioned Brody Butcher, but also Ty Jones. Those 2 guys will man that position up. But our strength, when you look at it the preseason, is the back end. We have 2 great quarterbacks that will start from anyone in the state of Ohio. Evan Spires is going to get to start tonight, but Jacob Winters will, of course, play. Felt like Evan just had maybe a little bit better off season. They were pretty pretty even going in, but I thought Evan had made a few better decisions in some of these scrimmages. So he's going to get the start, which means Jacob Winters will start at fullback, and then when Jacob's playing quarterback, then Evan will go back to fullback. Cade Wolford, who started and led us in rushing last year as a freshman, will start at the tailback spot. Eli Berman, who was hurt last year as a freshman, broke his arm, didn't get a chance to play, has had a great offseason and summer conditioning. He's going to get a chance to play as the backup at tailback. The receiving corps, by the most experience we've ever had since I've been the head coach at Jackson. 3 basketball players that are just great athletes. Drew Bragg, who started again at split receiver. Holden Blankenship will be the slot and the flanker spot. And then Tristan Prater, we call the X, which is, the third receiver. We move him everywhere. Probably one of the best receivers Jackson's has ever seen. Had over 30 catches in a very shortened season. Those 3 guys will start. And then Jake Wood, who come on last year, had a great JV season, but then also came on at the varsity level. He also will be playing the slot. And Xander Karagoshin, he a transfer came in from Alexander this summer. He will play at the split receiver to relieve Drew. And then also at the running back position, we'll mention Hunter Webb, who played some tailback for us last year. He's going to be getting reps also. So again, could be a very powerful offense. A lot of experience coming back. We'll see tonight. What this offseason has brought for us.
Well, obviously we scored a lot of points last year, had some huge games early on, and then lost in the double overtime game to Chillicothe. Still scored 27, I think, in that one. The only game we were shut down with Tri-Valley in that dogfight we had there in the playoffs. But this team potentially could be really explosive offensively, defensively. A lot of new faces in different places maybe, but going to be an exciting defense and very athletic.
I think we will be. And we start up anchoring the front line with Ty Jones at nose guard, who had a great season last year as a junior, and he's of course one of our captains. Caleb McGraw and David Norris will play at tackle, but also that'll be the next man up mentality. We'll have a lot of guys will rotate in there tonight. You're going to see A.J. Denny in there. You're going to see Tylen Messer as well. Those guys are all going to play. Also, you may even see Mike Baker and Dylan DeLong, 2 sophomores that are real tough kids that will be in the interior. The linebacker core, we move Jacob Winters up to the inside linebacker spot. I feel like him and Grant Maston are our 2 biggest hitters on the team, so why not put them right next to each other? Brody Butcher will be rotating in, so those 3 guys will take care of the inside. Outside linebackers, or we call the old terminology of defensive ends. Evan Spires, who's been starting there for 4 years, he comes back again to play that Ironman position. And then you got Drew Bragg, who we moved from strong safety up into the box. He'll be the wheel linebacker or the weak side linebacker. Backing those guys up, Mitchell Mapes will be one of the strong side outside linebackers. Hunter Webb will be on the weak side. In the secondary, of course, it starts at our cornerback position. We feel like we got 2 of the best corners in not even Southern Ohio, but maybe throughout the state of Ohio, and that is Tristan Prater and Holden Blankenship. We feel like they can defend anyone that we play against. But backing them up, we got some guys that really have shown some toughness and some abilities to cover. Jake Wood, Bo Landrum, and Boston Campbell. So those are 5 corners that we can play, throughout the game and feel very comfortable with. In the secondary, Cade Wolford will start again at free safety. Again, Xander Karagoshin, and I apologize if I mispronounced that last name. He'll be at strong safety. And then backing him up will be Evan Jarvis, and then Eli Berman will see a lot of time in the secondary. There'll be times throughout the year he'll be starting as well. So we feel like that defensively, again, a lot of kids that got time last year in 2020 have gotten bigger and stronger, and we're hoping to have another great season out of those kids.
Well, it is week 1. It is the Logan Chieftains, and we're playing in a very unique situation. It is a Thursday night. This is the 98th time Jackson of Logan have played each other. Obviously, SEOAL foes for many, many years. They each have the 2 most championships in the history of the SEOAL. Jackson has won 47 times. Logan has won 46 times. There's been 4 ties. that's an amazing competition against each other. Jackson has scored 1,547 points in these games. Logan has scored 1,554 points. So it's basically about as much of a toss-up as you can expect. The only difference is we have won 8 of the last 9 outings against Logan to take that lead, and you are actually 8-2 against the Chieftains, which have a lot of football heritage.
What a great traditional program. When I came in 2009, I was introduced very quickly to that tradition, and Coach Amix, who had really had that thing rolling years ago, and all the athletes that they had, all state performers and so forth. And I remember that first year, I think it was a 27-0 ball game or whatever. I mean, it was not even close, and I was taught very quickly that was one of the king dogs, so to speak, in the SEOAL. So it was great to have them back on the schedule. And when we lost our opener with Wellston, there was no one better to put in that week 1 than Logan. It's 2 teams that will play forever. We don't have to worry about someone trying to back out or change their minds on what to play. But Coach Eddie, who I think it's his second season now with them, played against him several times when he was at Gallipolis. Really got that thing rolling in 2012-13, around that era, before he left to go to West Virginia. But he does a great job. He instills toughness in those kids, a grit that is sometimes hard to achieve in these days. But you're going to see the old wing T. He ran the wing T offense at Gallia. They were more of a spread offense last season. He's kind of going back to his roots, so to speak. Defensively, he's a 4-4 guy. He's going to blitz them from everywhere. We saw that last year in the opener a year ago, and so again, we know he will do a great job getting his kids prepared. Like you said, this is an old rival between 2 schools that really don't like each other, and what a better way to start off 2021 than playing on a Thursday night under the lights in Alumni Stadium.
Well, a little bit of a downer here. Our good buddy, a guy close to your heart, certainly close to mine, voice of the Jackson Ironmen for 41 years. This will be the 41st year. Dan Dobbins not going to be with us tonight. He is coming back, folks. All you Dan Dobbins fans, hang in there. Dan is fighting what we have all fought for the last 2 years, a COVID situation. He's getting healthier. He's at home. He's working on getting back and out of quarantine, but I know we're going to miss him. I know, and you gave him a pep talk last year to get back here and keep broadcasting these games, and his plan is to be here this year. So the broadcast is going to be better with you, Dan, than it will be without, but Pete and I will try to hold on until you get back there and take the lead again. But I know that's special to you.
It is, and he had talked about last season about maybe that being his last year or even this year, and I told him, I said, you got to keep going as long as I go. And he's been the voice of the Ironman for many years. All 3 of you guys, people just have grown up listening to you guys on the radio, and I know he's going to be missed tonight, and I'm glad that the news, he is out of the hospital and he's recovering at home, and again, we'll have him back here in a couple weeks. I know Dan, I know you're listening to this tonight. We love you. We're so happy that you're going to be able to come back, and don't ever underestimate the importance of what you guys all do, and we're looking forward to seeing you very soon.
Coach, this is really exciting night. A Thursday night, I know this was kind of your idea. Tell us, the whiteout is going to take place?
Well, we decided, along with the seniors, we changed it up a little bit. We went to white helmets, which, 50 years ago, Jackson used to wear white helmets. So at that point, we thought, well, it would be a good idea if for the first time in school history, we come out in all white. Never wear white uniforms at home. Haven't worn white helmets in 50 years, so why don't we just put it all together? So we sold some T-shirts, and we're encouraging everyone to wear white tonight. Even if they don't have the white T-shirt we sold, just wear something white. And it kind of like goes back to the old Penn State games. You see the white out at their games. Now I don't expect 110,000 people to show up, but we know that we'll have a packed house tonight. A chance for a full capacity game, and a lot of people that missed out last year to see us play, I know will be out tonight. And, it's just something we thought was a little different to kind of get things kick-started for this season, and something fun for us to do. So wearing all white tonight, and again, inviting people to do the same, and we're hoping it leads to success.
It's fall in Jackson County, so that means Jackson Ironman football is back around with us, and golly, Neds, this county loves Jackson Ironman football. Coach, we're going to wish you the best of luck tonight. Can't wait to talk to you in the pregame, hopefully talking about win number 1.
I appreciate it. We're very excited about getting this thing started tonight. I'm going to fight some rain probably here off and on, but again, our kids have worked very hard for this moment, and we really hope to have some great success.
Stay tuned for more pregame activities with myself, Dan Morrow, and the best stat man this side of the Mississippi, Mr. Pete Wilson.
We're back here at Alumni Stadium. Both teams are out on the field. We're seconds away from the kickoff in tonight's contest. The Logan Chieftains won the toss, Pete Wilson. They accepted. They want to receive the football. So, in essence, we lost the toss. We won, but we really won it because we probably deferred anyway.
Well, of course, we didn't get much chance to talk between ourselves about this Logan Chieftain team since they've switched to more of a wide-open offense, a lot of shotgun to a wing tee, which is a run-prone offense. My guess is Coach Eddie, an underdog tonight, wants to make an opening statement that they can run the ball and try to keep the ball away from the Ironmen for a while. I'm sure that's in the blueprint for their game plan.
Kicking off for the Jackson Ironmen tonight will be a sophomore, Ethan Crabtree. I know he kicked a field goal in the first scrimmage of the year, has a very good leg, and his deep kick goes to about the 7-yard line. Logan is going to return it across the 15 to 20. Breaks open in the open field. He's crossed midfield. One man to beat. It's number 31 for Logan, and he forces a miss, and they are going to return the kickoff all the way back for a touchdown. And you talk about a shocker. Good high kickoff. Ball was received about the 7-yard line, and they take it to the house. It was number 31, Trayton Poling, who Pete Wilson's their top running back, and he was questionable for tonight's contest, but it looked a little better than questionable on that return.
I tell you what, must have been some outstanding blocking because he went through a hole as wide as the Grand Canyon, and really it came down to him and the kicker for the touchdown, and he was able to get by the kicker and go what will go down in the books as a 94-yard kickoff return on the opening play of this game.
A little bit of a shocker here at Alumni Stadium. Logan comes into tonight's contest a little bit banged up, hadn't been real healthy, hadn't looked great in their preseason games, but it's Logan. Logan football is very, very solid, and obviously Coach Eddie has that team ready to play at the moment. They're lining up for the extra kick. It is quickly in just seconds, 12 seconds off the clock. It is 6-0 with Logan. A bit of a shocker there on the kickoff return. Looks like they're going to play for 2, and now they shift after the wide split formation. They shift back for the extra point. Kicker is number 54, and he is not in the program. So we'll have to take...
Looks like it's Kalen Wilson, it looks like.
Kalen Wilson is a freshman. His kick is up. It's good, and it is the Logan Chieftains 7, and the Jackson Ironmen yet to touch the football. We're going to keep it right here, Pete, since we didn't get too much pregame on there. As you said, Coach Mike Eddy at Logan brings a lot of solid coaching history to this Logan Chieftain football team.
Right, Coach Eddy had a nice run at Gallia Academy when the Gallia Academy football team, as it often is playing good football. Came to Logan kind of in a little bit of a reclamation project. Where the program had gone down after being so up for so many years and fighting the numbers game a little bit, trying to get younger players into the rotation a little bit. This is kind of a young team for Logan, Dan. Lost a lot of seniors last year, even though Logan would finish 3-7 last year. However, keep in mind they won the last 3 games. So I don't know whether that's indicative of an upswing or not.
Well, I think it is an upswing, and it is a Logan program that's one of the top in the all Southeast Ohio. With Jackson and Logan, the 2 top championship winners in the long-time SEOAL contest. Tremendous battle. It is so even through the years. This is the 98th contest between Jackson and Logan going to kick off. And the kick is a squib kick, and it's taken by the Ironman. By Eli Browerman. He's taking it across field and does a nice job on the return. Goes basically east and west there, but picks up about 14 yards, crosses the 40-yard line, and Eli Browerman will bring it out to where we mark it at the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for this Jackson offense.
On the short kick, give Eli Browerman a nice 18-yard return, kind of weaved, as you said, east and west, avoided tackles, turned the corner. Real nice return considering it was a short kickoff.
Eli will be our backup running back most of this season, and you'll see he and Cade Wilford there. And that now as the Ironmen open up with the I formation, Evan Spires under center. The first handoff goes to Jacob Winters. Jacob crosses the line of scrimmage, picks up about 2 yards. Actually, he and Evan run into each other, so they didn't get a real good surge there. They pick up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Ironman the referee will mark the ball at the 46-yard line. Beautiful night for football here at Alumni Stadium, and a very good crowd on hand. Thursday night, very unique to play on Thursday night. Spires under center, split backs. Handoff's going to go to Holden Blankenship on the jet sweep. He turns the corner, and he'll cross the midfield line, pick up about another 4 or 5 yards for the Ironman. They'll mark him at the 49 of Logan, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 3 situation for the Ironman on their first possession tonight.
Of course, the jet sweep, Dan, one of the stock plays in Coach Hall's game plan. Always likes to get those slot backs and wide receivers involved in the action.
Senior Caleb McGraw, the center, over the ball. The snap back to Spires. The handoff to the deep back Wooford, and he's going to be stopped short. Maybe picks up a yard, maybe just back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 3. The Ironmen have no success out of the split or the I backfield. And now we're looking at 4th down and a fairly long 2, and we're going to see Coach Andy Hall, I think, play for that since he has crossed the 50-yard line. We've seen him do this many times in his 13 seasons here. This is his 13th. Shotgun formation. Spires in the shotgun, motion by Blankenship. Handoff to Blankenship, the inside handoff, and he's going to be tackled back near the 50-yard line, and he is going to be short of the first down. The Ironmen get stymied and 4 downs on their first possession. They'll come up, they'll mark the ball back to the 49-yard line. So actually, Holden Blankenship loses a yard on that snap. Not the start, Pete Wilson. I don't think that Coach Hall and the Ironmen won it.
No, and tell you, on the 3 run plays, Blankenship had a nice gain on the 1 play, but on the other times, there's really nothing there as far as a hole or a place to run.
David Norris, Caleb McGraw, the 2 defensive tackles for the Ironmen. Ty Jones, the nose guard. Handoffs to the running back, number 21 for Logan. That's very thick. Crosses the midfield line, takes it down to about the 47. Going to be a gain of 4 for the Chieftains. As we said, this is a wing T offense. A little closer to the vest for Coach Eddie. They are going to be a predominantly running team. They haven't thrown it much in their 2 preseason scrimmages, Pete, so we got to be able to stop the run tonight.
We've seen the wing T offense before here at Jackson, and yes, it is certainly run-oriented with a lot of deception.
Pitch back to Pulling, and he is hit in the backfield by a young man named Grant Maston. We will say his name so many times this year. He exploded into the secondary. He hits Traden Pulling for a huge loss. They're going to mark this all the way back to the 46-yard line of Logan. So, Pete, what's that, about an 8-yard loss on that?
7-yard loss there.
Big play by one of the true outstanding linebackers in all of Southeast Ohio. 2 inside linebackers for the Ironmen will be Grant Maston, as we mentioned, and Jacob Winters. Cornerbacks Holden Blankenship, Tristan Prater, really a strength on the team there. The outside linebackers Drew Bragg and Evan Spires, very athletic guys. Quick handoff on the jet sweep by number 21. He's able to cross midfield, picks up good solid yards, but he'll be tackled about the 45-yard line. 21 is very thick again. They'll mark him down to about the 44, and they are looking at now a 4th and 3, just like the Ironmen were on their position. It looks like they're going to play for it. See number 11, Caden Patton, comes into the lineup. He's a split end. Both teams around midfield going for it on 4th downs. The Ironmen were stopped on their possession, first possession. Logan playing for it now on a 4th and 3. Motion man, and now they step back into, I think the Ironman might have jumped off sides, Pete Wilson, and if so, that's an automatic first down. Logan was going to be under center and then snap back, I think, in a punting position and probably punt the football, but the Ironman jumped, 5-yard penalty, and that gives them the first first down of this contest. You don't count a kickoff return as a first down, do you?
No, not a kickoff return. Well, that's a 5-yard penalty, but that is a big one because it gives Logan continued possession and in Jackson territory when, as you said, they may have ended up punting there after all.
Caden Snyder jumps into the lineup for the Ironman. Handoff is an inside handoff to running back. He makes a couple people miss. He's able to turn the corner and gets it across the 35-yard line. Number 3, Isaac Thompson. He is a junior. Picks up a solid 7 yards on first down, and Logan moving the ball with some success here. They're down inside the 35-yard line. Mark the ball at the 28. 2nd and 3 for the Chieftains. They already hold a 7-0 lead. We're 7:58 to go in this first quarter. Logan ran the opening kickoff back, stopped the Ironmen on downs on 4th down, and now they're putting a drive together. Split backs. Center Sturgill is under center. Handoff to the first back through, and he's going to be hit and piled up right about the line of scrimmage. Very little gain there by the Jackson defense. See Jacob Winters get up off the bottom of the pile, along with Grant Maston, David Norris, Ty Jones. Now they've put Logan into a 3rd and 4. Mark the ball at the 33-yard line. They need to get to the 29 to keep this drive alive. Good crowd on hand, Pete Wilson. That's the idea on a Thursday night.
Right, a lot of white shirts out there in the audience. They got the memo.
You got the Ironman fans back, and they're excited to be in the stadium this year. Under center, Sturgill. Motion back comes. Sturgill's going to keep roll to his right. He's going to be wrapped up and come up a little bit short. Nice pursuit there for the Ironman defensively. We'll see strong safety Xander Karagashian get up off that pile along with a host of other Jackson Ironmen. Ironmen in an all-white uniform. It's a good look. They have white helmets this year for the first time in many, many years. Back in our era, Pete, we wore the white helmets. They have the white jersey, white pants, a nice look. It's a white out in the crowd, an awful lot of white shirts on. Logan going to play for it on 4th down again. Bark the ball at the 33-yard line. They need 4 yards. Sturgill under center. One back in the backfield, 2 spots. Wide receiver to the left. And Logan jumps offside. They're split in on the far end over there, jumps off. So now, instead of 4th and 4, you're looking at 4th and 9. Let's see what Logan wants to do, even though they have very good field position. Mark the ball still inside the 40 of the Ironmen. 4th and 9. Logan has a 7-0 lead. Braden Sturgill ran over to talk with Coach Eddie for the Chieftains to get his direction. And they're going to show a punt formation. Obviously, you got to be aware of the fake right here at this kind of field position, but they need 9 yards. Snap goes deep, a little bit wobbly, but the kick's up, and it's off the side of the foot, but it's going to the 20, gets a Logan roll, goes down around the 10, maybe inside the 10. We'll see where the officials mark it. They'll mark it right about the 10-yard line. It's going to be first down for the Ironmen on their 2nd possession of the game. There's a little bit of a stoppage here because of the heat, and this is one of the good things in high school football. It's a water break timeout, Pete Wilson. So both teams get to go to the sideline and water down. You know what it's like that first couple weeks of the season with this humidity. We usually have game stoppage because of cramps, and that's what they're trying to prevent right now. But it is Logan 7 and Jackson 0, 2nd possession for the Ironmen.
Of course, very small sample size here, but so far very good for Logan and kind of like very disappointing for the Ironmen as they, of course, gave up the kickoff return right at the very beginning. I thought that was a key possession for both teams, especially for the Jackson defense to be able to stop them, and especially after they gave them a first down by jumping offside. But the Ironmen will get a second chance on offense, but 90 yards from home.
Shout out going to one of the true Ironman fans for many, many, many years, Mr. Frank Swingle, one of our good buddies, started the City Loan Player of the Week award many years ago during our broadcast. He did that for many years. That's now evolved into Gillum Insurance Player of the Game award. But Frank has had a bit of an accident. He has a broken hip. He's down at Holzer Hospital, and he is listening tonight. Frank, Keep getting better, buddy. We will look forward to seeing you here. Your good buddy is down there on his scooter, Mr. Bill Kimball, so he's going to be able to give you some information on tonight's contest, but we're rooting for Frank Swingle to get healthy in a hurry. I formation for the Ironman. Spires under center. Hands to the second back through. There's Wooford. He has some room. Cuts to the outside. Shows Kate Wooford's speed there as he brings it across the 20, across the 25, and he will go down about the 28-yard line. And from the 10-yard line, that's an 18-yard gain quickly and gives the Ironman a little bit of field position.
Right, and of course, you know, when Wooford broke through there, kind of like a gasp from both sides because you could see it was just one or two players he had to get by. Jitter stepped past one and ended up with a 20-yard run. And, yes, gets Jackson out of that doghouse deep in their own territory.
Tyler Messer at the right guard position. Right next to him is David Norris. We mentioned Caleb McGraw at center, A.J. Denny, and Trent Evans on the other side for the Ironman offense. Little trap action there. There goes a cut by Winters, and Winters breaks to the outside across midfield, across the 40, the 30. It's a foot race. He's across the 10, and Jacob Winters with a nice trap block in there by his offensive line is going to take it to the house. Winters, the big guy in there at fullback, showed quite a bit of speed and a little bit of deception, and that was a beautiful execution play by the Ironman to get on the board for the first time tonight.
The Winters look like a big freight train breaking through the line, and even though he's run up the sideline, you thought maybe a smaller Logan player might have the speed or the angle to get him, but he kept chugging, and nobody got him. Sturgill dove for him at the 10-yard line at his ankles, but couldn't get him.
I think it was a good block there by A.J. Denny on the trap, and boy, Winters just exploded. The kick by Crabtree is up and good, and this score is tied up at 7-all with 4:55 to go in the first quarter. We're going to take our first timeout. We'll be right back with Jackson Ironman football.
How do you define easy? At Jackson County Banking Center, we work hard to make it easy for you to get your new mortgage loan. We know not everyone can come into the bank. That's why our mortgage lenders are glad to do business however you do business. Online, in person, or over the phone. Call 1-800-542-5004. Click on vcnbfamily.com or visit your neighborhood Jackson County Banking Center to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dakota's, Jackson's premier place for steak and ribs, has been proudly serving the community since 2004. Come out and join us for all your local favorites like our one-of-a-kind onion loaf, or treat yourself to one of our world-class hand-cut steaks. Enjoy the fall weather fireside on our amazing patio outdoor dining area. At Dakota's, your experience and safety are our number one priority. Here you're always treated like family. That's Dakota's Jackson at 451 McCarty Lane.
Great food, great friends, great fun.
You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on the all-new Mix 96 FM. And now, back to the action.
Kickoff by Ethan Crabtree, and about the 15-yard line, and Alex Thompson catches it, gets across the 20, but the Ironmen wrap him up about the 22. A little better job on that kickoff team on that possession. Pete Wilson, two-play drives. We love those.
Right, and both running plays. It wasn't like a big bomb or somebody getting loose on a short pass and using their speed. Wooford runs 20 yards, then Winters runs 70 yards, broke through the line, had a nice block, ran up the home sideline. Nobody was going to get him. They tried. The equalizer put on there by Ethan Crabtree, our new sophomore place kicker. We've got a 7-7 ball game. Logan starting from the 22-yard line after the 10-yard return by Thompson. 4:48 to go here in quarter number one.
A.J. Denny and Tyler Messer, the two defensive tackles in there for the Airmen. We had mentioned it is our free safety, or our strong safety, Xander Karagosian, and Cade Wolford, the safety. Defensively, but the Chieftains on the first snap. Run behind the right side of that offensive line. Cade Wolford fills nicely there and wraps him up after about a 3, maybe give him a 4-yard gain. They cross the 25, mark it at the 26. Number 11, Caden Patton with the carry there, and the Ironmen facing Logan on their actually second offensive possession. Their first possession went for a kickoff return for a score, but the score is tied up at 7-7. Jackson on defense. Hand to the first back through. He crosses the 25, but not much there. Mark him about the 26-yard line. Defense piled up in there. Boy, when you run a wing T and everybody's tight in there, you get most everybody involved on the stops, Pete Wilson, defensively.
And Brown ran for 1 yard there already early in the game. Dan, Coach Eddie has used 5 different running backs as far as running the ball goes.
Well, their top one, Caden Patton, who had the kickoff return, actually was questionable for tonight's contest, so we didn't think he'd get as many carries as we thought. Brady Sturgill, the quarterback for Logan, is under center, one back in the backfield. Motion then comes from the slot where quarterback's going to roll to his left. He looks downfield. Now he's going to turn the corner, and he is wrapped up by Jacob Winters. Did a nice job of pursuit from his inside linebacker position. Going to be a little bit short, it looks like, of a first down, but it's going to be third and very short. They might even take a look at it. It's here right in front of the Jackson sideline. It did not go out of bounds, but they might have to bring the chains all the way across, and that's what they're going to do to get a better look at this.
I tell you, Dan, it looks like almost a full yard to me. It's a little bit past the 31, and we look across the line at the chain marker, and it's a little bit past the 32. So I think Logan is going to come up short here.
As Coach Hall said in his pregame show, we're moving Jacob Winters up a little closer to the line of scrimmage. He and Grant Maston, who had that beautiful tackle for a loss earlier in the game already, two of the hardest hitters for the Ironmen, and actually two of our bigger players, and he had good pursuit there, made the tackle. It's going to be 4th down and inches, if I'm guessing. Let's see, and it looks like it's going to be about the length of the football short. And then they got to get this stretched out properly. It is going to be a little short. The referee's going to show you about 1 foot they need, but it will be 4th down. So, Pete Wilson, don't think they dare go for it as the 32-yard line?
Probably not, Dan. 7-7. You know, Logan already put themselves right in the ball game on the first kickoff return, and they're very much in it now. Been able to run the ball a little bit, and they were able to stop Jackson on one possession, even though they didn't stop him on the second one. So,
Brody Butcher into the lineup for the Ironmen defensively. Butcher is a junior, 5'9", 190 pounds. He's going to play a lot of football for us. Plays a lot at tight end, can play some at guard, and will play some at inside linebacker. Drew Bragg and Evans Spires are 2 outside linebackers. The Ironman defense, kind of a 3, even 5 look they give, but it truly is close to a 5-man front. Logan's going to play for it. 4th and a foot. Let's see if they will run it. Now the quarterback steps back from under center, and it is a punt formation. This is what they wanted to do the previous time, but the Ironman trying to be aware of a fake. Snap goes back to the punter. He rolls to his right, and boy, he finally gets the punt off. He had some pressure there by Drew Bragg, but the ball rolls, gets a Logan roll, and it'll go past the 40 all the way down to about the 31-yard line. No return, but it will be Jackson football and a 7-7 football game. There is a flag down. Let's take a look at the officials' huddle. There's a yellow kerchief on the field. We're discussing it with the head official. Naturally, any penalty on the Ironman would give Logan a first down, but
unless it was on the return, but there was no return.
Well, and if it's against Logan, the Ironman could take that. Illegal participation on the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty. So now Coach Hall is going to move him up and make him punt again. And instead of 4th and a foot, it's going to be 4th and 15.
Boy, that's going to be a big one.
You're right. Going to play for some field position here.
And, you know, the 5-yard offside penalty, you can write that down, put that down on the mental mistake side, and this one, too, on the illegal participation.
No question about it. Cade Wolford, the deep receiver for the Jackson Ironmen. He's going to stand about the 50-yard line. He walks back to about the 48 now. Logan, his line of scrimmage is all the way back inside the 17-yard line, so they will be standing near the 10, the punter. So the Ironmen could come out of this with a lot of field position. Holden Blankenship also comes back with Wooford, so we have 2 deep returners, the snap, the kick, and he's got some pressure on him. Boy, he has a bad kick. It's only going to go out to about the 25-yard line. It's going to be caught by one of the Ironmen. And the Ironmen, I think, are going to receive the ball. Brody Butcher was able to catch that punt. It might have got deflected, but the Ironmen are going to have the ball about the 24-yard line. The punter for Logan Jack Brown, Pete, looks like he catches it and does that Australian-type punt where he runs to his right, tries to buy time, but the Ironmen have put pressure on him both times. That time we might have got a hand on it, and the Ironmen ended up with great field position, a very short field offensively.
Right, if you didn't know any better because of the situation, 3rd and long, you think that maybe he's trying to scramble for it.
You're right.
And there was, like you say, an Ironman threw Bragg right on him, and he was lucky to get that off at all. And as you say, I think it was probably deflected by somebody.
I formation for the Ironmen. Spires under center, drops back, takes a look downfield, rolls to his right, still looking for receivers, looking for Prater. Prater adjusts his route and goes into the end zone. Here is contact down about the 1 yard line. Tristan wanted a flag, didn't get it. So it should be 2nd and 10 for the Ironmen, as we said, at the 24-yard line.
Well, Spires had all kinds of time. He made this time for him by rolling to the right. And you could see he was watching Prater to do some kind of secondary move. And Logan had pretty good. Logan was kind of face guarding him a little bit there, but no call.
Prater, one of the outstanding receivers, I will say it, in Jackson history, 9 touchdowns last year. He is a big play player for this Ironman offense. I formation, slot to the left, handoff to the deep back Wooford. He crosses the 25, gets it down to about the 23. Short gain for the Ironman. They'll be looking at 3rd and about 8. For what it is worth, Ethan Crabtree, only a sophomore, very strong leg for the Ironmen. Whether this is field goal position or not, we'll see. But Ironmen a 3rd and 8. Ball at the 23-yard line of Logan territory. Shotgun formation. Spires back deep with Wooford and Winters flanking him on both sides. Slot to the right side. He drops back. Quick throw over to Winters in the backfield, and he's going to break one tackle, tries to break a second, crosses the 20, gets inside the 20-yard line. Nice job by Jacob Winters catching the football and breaking a few tackles, now putting the Ironmen a 4th and 5. Ball inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Coach Hall talking things over with his quarterback, Evan Spires. Drew Bragg and Tristan Prater also taking a listen there. Holden Blankenship on the field. The Ironmen like to go with 3 wide receivers, have such skilled receivers that are returning. A lot of good targets there for Evan Spires. Spires will be in the shotgun formation. 1 back in the backfield, trips to the left. Split in to the right. Winters in the backfield with Spires. Snap back to Evan. Takes a look. The throw over the middle, and he hits Blankenship, but a good tackle by Logan's going to keep him short, I think, of the first down, and the Ironmen are going to be stopped on 4th down for the second time in tonight's contest. 24 seconds left in this first quarter. Change of possession. The Ironmen had great field position, Pete Wilson, but not able to do anything with it.
Well, they got the ball to Blankenship. He was just a little bit short of the first down where he caught it. He was able to break the tackle, but ended up actually getting tackled back at the 20. And so give credit to Logan for a good defense there.
Logan's defense has been solid so far. Obviously, the 2 running plays, the 20-yarder to Cade, and then back the next play was the long 70-yarder by Jacob Winters. Besides that, Logan's defense has been strong. First down at the 20-yard line for the Chieftains. Sturgill under center, hands to the first back through, and boy, he is hit in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss. Grant Maston in there in a hurry, wraps him up. Also, you had Xander Karagosian, and if you don't know that young man, he is a transfer student. He's a senior, Pete Wilson, playing a lot of football for this Ironman football team. Came in from Alexander as a transfer, but going to be a very solid player for the Ironman. When there's a loss of about 2 yards on that, it'll be 2nd and 12. And the first quarter is over here at Jackson Alumni Stadium. The score is 7. The Logan Chieftains 7. We'll be back in just 1 minute.
At Belicio Foods, commitment to the community is at the core of our company. We've been feeding people for over 25 years, and that means we've also employed folks from right here within the community. So we're proud to give a little something back. Donating to local charities and helping local organizations, we are helping to make the community closer and stronger. Belicio Foods, we're your neighbors, we're your friends, we are part of the community, and always will be.
The Jackson County Health Department HOPE Initiative is offering free naloxone to those who wish to have a supply of the life-saving medication. Opioids take lives, and naloxone saves them. Get your free naloxone kit. Stop by the health department or call and they can mail it to you. They also offer contactless delivery. Help save someone's life with free naloxone provided by the Jackson County Health Department, 200 East Main Street in Jackson. Call 286-5094. Stop overdoses. Carry naloxone. You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on the all-new Mix 96 FM. And now back to the action.
One quarter in the books up here at Alumni Stadium. A Thursday night kickoff, very unique for Jackson football. I think Logan has done this a few times. I don't remember us having Thursday night games unless you go all the way back to the classic Thanksgiving contest, Pete Wilson.
Right,
and that's many decades ago.
I think those were played during the day as well.
Yes, on there. With Logan, it's second and long. Mark the ball about the 19-yard line. Snap goes over the quarterback's head. He secures it, but he's all the way back about the 7-yard line. He was in the shotgun. They normally are under center, but obviously the snap and the quarterback not in the same page there, and that ball will be marked now at the 9-yard line, so it's going to be third and a bunch for the Chieftains. Let's call it 3rd and 21. They need to get to the 30-yard line to keep this drive alive. First quarter, Pete Wilson, Ironman with two very good plays, but actually stopped on downs the other two possessions.
That's exactly right, and so we have a 7-7 ball game. Jackson gained 96 yards in that first quarter to only 27 for Logan, but then Poling made the difference with a 94-yard kickoff return to start the game.
Special teams can always be the difference. Third and long for the Chieftains, way back about the 9-yard line of Logan. Handoff to the second back through, and he's going to be wrapped up for he might have got back to the line of scrimmage and maybe crossed the 10-yard line. It will be Jack Brown as the carrier for Logan. Ran behind the left side of his offensive line. Wasn't much there. Great pursuit by that Ironman defense. Looked like Messer and Maston and handful of the white helmets there quickly. It's fourth and a bunch, so Logan will actually be having their punter stand in the end zone. He has struggled. His last punt was only good for a few yards, Pete. We'll see what they do here. Jackson has the two deep receivers in Wooford and Blankenship. Snap's a good one. He kicks it a little quicker. This kick, though, off the side of the foot, lands about the 30, going to bounce for the Ironman. In Logan's favor, maybe cross the 35-yard line, but boy, it's going to be good field position for this Ironman offense for the second straight time. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Again, Brown kind of had that run-up punt. He was able to get it off, but I don't know whether it was just a bad punter off the side of his foot. It did go out of bounds, no chance for a return there, but the Ironmen will set up shop in great position at the Logan 35-yard line. Give Brown a 24-yard punt on that.
Marking right at the 35. Offense comes to the line of scrimmage. Nice job there for the Ironman defense. And Logan with the bad snap involved in that play. Spires in the shotgun. Motion comes with Cade Wooford. He's going to take the inside handoff, crosses the 35, breaks a tackle at the 35, goes across the 30, and then shows that Wooford speed past the 25-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Ironman. They're going to mark him all the way down to the 20-yard line. He's explosive, Pete. We saw that last year as just a freshman.
Right. Logan was there as he attempted to skirt the end there, but had a stiff arm and then also a little burst of speed there and was heading before they were able to push him out of bounds. A 15-yard gain for the sophomore who led the team in rushing as a freshman.
Right side of that line doing a good job. That was Nate O'Brien, David Norris, see Xander Karagosian over there on the right side also, and they gave Wooford enough room to make things happen. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line of the Chieftains. Wooford in motion again, but this is Spires on the keeper. He's going to go to his left. Crosses the 20. Stiff arm at the 20-yard line. Crosses the 15, and he'll be tackled down right about the 15-yard line. Gain of 5. We know Evan Spires can run it from the quarterback position because he was our running back for most of the season last year until Winters went down with the injury. And Spires stepped in at quarterback, did a phenomenal job. He and Winters kind of battling out for that quarterback position. One thing Coach Hall said, you'll see both of them tonight under center. Or maybe not under center, in the shotgun. Spires in the shotgun. Swats to both sides. Winters in the backfield. He drops back, looks, the throw, and zips it in there to Tristan Prater. Prater catches at the 5, falls forward down to the 1. They're going to mark him about the 1-yard line. Good throw, good catch. That's an awful efficient combination there from Spires to Prater. Then kind of a slant formation over the middle, caught it right about the hash mark and goes to the 1 yard line. First and goal for the Ironmen from the 1. Browerman in the backfield for the Ironmen. A full house backfield. Winners at the fullback position and Wolford at the other. They hand off to Winners. He goes right behind his right guard, David Norris, and Caleb McGraw, and into the end zone. Dives over, but went in easily, and the Ironmen have their second score in tonight's contest. Finally took advantage of the good field position, took it right down the field, and now have the 13-7 lead.
Nice power formation, and Winners just all he needed was a little bit of room to go forward with the dive, and he got that.
Crabtree on the field for the attempt of the extra point. Jake Woods with the hold. The kick, the snap is good. The kick is up. Very nice kick. And they mark it good, and the Ironmen have opened up a 14-7 lead. Found themselves down 7-0, but they've scored the last two to take the lead. 9:04 to go here in the first half. We'll take a break and be right back with Jackson Ironman football in just 1 minute.
Osborne Equipment Service.
Have you been getting a lot of calls from a little boy?
Well, yes, we have.
That's my son. He always talks about how you have something for everyone.
We do. If you're looking for truck parts, we have the largest selection in the area. Your son keeps calling us looking for everything.
Derek.
Yes, Mom.
You've got to stop bothering those nice folks at work.
But, Mom, I love talking to them.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
Before, during, or after the game, Papa John's of Jackson has the deal for you. Order one of their delicious Epic Stuffed Crust pizzas, or try the new Shakaroni pizza, and don't forget to add on a garlic parmesan papadilla. Order online at papajohns.com or download the Papa John's app to place your order and have it ready when you are. If you don't want to get out, order through DoorDash and have it delivered to you in Jackson, Wellston, or Colton. That's right, DoorDash delivery in Jackson, Wellston, or Colton, only at your local Papa John's of Jackson. You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on the all-new Mix 96 FM. And now, back to the action.
9:04 to go in the first half. The kickoff for the Ironmen after they took the 14-7 lead by Ethan Crabtree goes down to about the 10. And wow, Logan receiver crosses the 20, but he is hit hard there. And I'm going to guess Eli Browerman was involved on that. There's about 4 or 5 of the white helmets there. The 21-yard line, they'll mark it. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chieftains. Pete Wilson.
Vic with a 10-yard kickoff return. The Ironmen have had on kickoff coverage an A twice and an F the first time. What do you think?
That averages out for a passing grade, even though you'd have a hard time convincing Coach Jake Taylor that because of the kickoff return on there. But Jackson defense, outstanding the last possession. Let's see if they can keep it up. Mark the ball at the 22-yard line for the Chieftains. Nope. Sturgill's still in there, but he's in a shotgun formation. One back, 2 slots. Snap to him. He rolls to his left. Looking downfield, throws the ball up in the air, and it is intercepted by the Ironman. Tristan Prater catches it at the 38. It's going to be wrapped up about the 36-yard line with the first turnover of the game. Senior Tristan Prater, one of the true outstanding cornerbacks in southeastern Ohio, played that ball nicely, made the interception, and the Ironmen get another short field offensively, Pete Wilson.
Right, kind of a little bit of a surprise. Logan came out, tried to catch Jackson off guard with a first down pass. Sturgill put the ball up into traffic, and Prater just played the ball better than anybody else. It was really anybody's ball the way it was thrown.
2 straight catches by Prater, 1 offensively, got us down to the 1-yard line. Now 1 defensively. Ironman with the good field position. Still Spires in the shotgun. Looks like Hunter Webb, the one back in the backfield. Spires scrambling around, rolling to his left. Flag is down. Long, deep throw down the field, and it goes up in the air and comes into the hands of Kate Wooford. It will be a Jackson touchdown if it's not a penalty in the Ironman. There's a flag back about the 40-yard line, and it is going to come back. It is a hold on the Ironman, which is about what you'd expected coming that early in the play back to the line of scrimmage. But boy, what a pretty pass by Evan Spires. Cade Wooford's concentration caught it in the end zone, but for naught. That'll mark the ball back to the Looks like they're going to mark it on the 46-yard line of Logan. It should be 1st and 20 for the Ironmen. Evan Spires showed that ability to throw the ball down the field last year, Pete Wilson. We have 2 quarterbacks that can do that, and we've got people to catch it. It's going to be a fun football season.
Right, Spires very good at reacting on the secondary and even tertiary throw.
14-7, Jackson with the lead. Snap back to Spires, rolls to his left, gets around the pressure. He gets a nice pass to the flats, and that'll go to Cade Woodford. That'll be across the 40-yard line. Pick up some of that penalty yards back. Mark him about the 38. I think it'll be 2nd and 12 for Jackson. Probably thinking in the fact that they are good field position in 4-down territory. 8:31 to go here in the first half. 14-7, Jackson with the lead. Mark that ball at the line of scrimmage, the 38-yard line. We need 12. Got to get down near the 25 to keep this drive alive. Trips to the right. Shotgun formation. Handoff is going to go. Nope. Spires keeps it. He's going to turn the corner. Goes across the 35, across the 30. Another good stiff arm. He picks up the first down. Crosses the 25. Down near the 20-yard line. I think they'll mark him out about the 22. Evan Spires with 2 good stiff arms rolling to his right. There'll be it says an injury timeout. Or is this a water break again? Jackson coming over to the sideline.
I don't see anybody down.
Thought they called an injury timeout, but I also, they're Jackson managers bringing water out to the offense. They are huddled up over there. Logan has battled injuries all preseason long. We're going to talk to one of the true media legends in Southeast Ohio, Pete Wilson, you'd agree, and Craig Dunn for the Logan Chieftains at halftime. Right. Such a thrill to have Craig here and have this Jackson-Logan rivalry start back up again. He's going to chat with us a little bit at halftime, so stay tuned to that.
He is a Hall of Famer.
Yes, he is, and
well deserved.
Okay. Spires in the shotgun. Ironman in a fairly tight formation. Quick pitch out to Woodford. Boy, he has some room out there. Crosses the 20. Turns the corner at the 10 and gets kind of thrown out of bounds. But what are we going to call that? A horse collar, Pete Wilson? I think about the 7-yard line.
Well, I think that looks like it could be that call for sure.
Kate showed great quickness there, running to the left, so behind that left side of the offensive line. That's Trent Evans, A.J. Denny on that left side, doing a good job for the Ironmen. 62 in there on that snap also, well as Denny. It is the horse collar's going to be the call. That's about the 7 or 8 yard line that took place. Mark it with the penalty down inside the 4. It'll be a first down for our Ironmen, and it is 1st and goal from the 3.5 yard line.
Puts Jackson down at the 4, 1st and goal.
Ironmen back in the full house backfield. Browerman, Woodford, and Winters, your 3 backs. Spires under center. Handoff once again to the second back through, and that is Woodford, and he easily goes in behind that left side of that offensive line. Once again, we see all that left side over there. Trent Evans doing a nice job blocking over there. A.J. Denny and Cade Woodford takes it in for the score. And the Ironmen have opened up a 20-7 lead. Extra point team is out there. Once again, Jake Wood, the holder. Ethan Crabtree, the kicker, the sophomore. Good snap, good hold, and the kick looks good from here, and the officials agree with us. 21-7 is the Jackson lead. 7:59 to go here in the first half. Another timeout coming. We'll be back with more Jackson Ironman football on 96.7. Thank you, Total Media, once again for letting us bring these games to our fans. We'll be back in 1 minute.
We should go bowling and have the best pizza in Jackson County tonight.
I don't want to go to 2 places.
Well, we don't have to. The best pizza in Jackson County comes from the local bowling alley, Liella of Wellston.
Really? No way.
Yes way. Come on in and grab a lane and the best pizza in Jackson County at Liella of Wellston. Liella of Wellston, located 15 North Park Avenue, Wellston, Ohio.
Call Liella of Wellston at 740-384-6670 to grab your pizza today.
No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, Max Residential Heating and Cooling has it. From complete Tempstar cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make Max Residential Heating and Cooling your first and only call for all your cooling needs.
Hi, this is Mark Cheney. Call me at 740-701-9619 or find us online at maxresidential.com. Tempstar, quality you can feel.
You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on the all-new Mix 96 FM. And now, back to the action.
Kickoff by Crabtree, goes down to about the 10-yard line. Return for Logan. They get it across the 20, but then Eli Browerman with an outstanding open field tackle about the 21-yard line. Pete Wilson. And that grade for the kickoff team's getting better every time.
That's right, and Browerman down there like a missile did not miss that one-on-one tackle. Oftentimes that first guy kind of may do that because it's a one-on-one situation and the other guy's got full speed, but he only got down there quick, but he made a very sure tackle with the waist.
I know he's listening. A shout-out to our buddy Dan Dobbins, folks. The Dan Dobbins fan club, you hang in there. He'll be back in a couple weeks. Sturgill under center. Hands to the second back through, and he is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Wow, what a surge there by the Ironman. Looks like McGraw in there quickly. Maston, who just is in the backfield of every snap on there. Good job by the Ironman. They're going to lose about a yard on that play. 2nd and 11. A.J. Denny involved in that tackle also. He's at one of the tackles. McGraw at the other. Ty Jones, who was so outstanding as the season progressed last year at the nose guard position. The Ironmen will rotate a lot with their defensive tackles, but you won't see Ty Jones leave the field much. Sturgill under center. One back in the backfield. Hands off on a little bit of a counter play, but the Ironmen stay home, make a good play. And Xander Karagoshian, and I'm hoping I'm getting that right, Pete.
I'm not going to swear whether you are or you're not, all
okay,
right?
But we sure like the way he plays football. Made a nice job there at a tackle, gain of maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd and long. Mark the ball about the 22-yard line. Logan needs 8. A long 8. They mark it 9 on the scoreboard. Xander is playing that strong safety position. He really stayed home there and made an outstanding play. Snap back. It's a counter play, a jet sweep, and going to go to the left side. But, boy, he is wrapped up, and I think it's Caleb McGraw made the play there. An outstanding play right about the line of scrimmage, maybe give him a half-yard gain. Grant Maston in there also. Boy, he's pumped up. 4th and about 8 for Logan Chieftains. We're going to force him into another punt and could get good field position out of this again. Jackson defense really has been very solid. Logan's only score coming on a opening game kickoff return. Here's the punt, and it's once again a low punt, not very deep. Does come out and rolls out across midfield, and it's going to die about the 47-yard line of the Jackson Ironmen. Right here on this left hash, right in front of us, so we're going to have a good view offensively, and the Ironmen, once again, pretty good field position defense, kind of picking it up a little bit.
Brown got a good bounce that time. Punt didn't go very far in the air, but still the Ironmen will have, once again, good field position at their own 47-yard line. Give Brown a 30-yard punt on that.
Jacob Winters is now the quarterback, and we said this is going to happen this year when you've got two outstanding quarterbacks, and Coach Hall wants to play them both. Braden Powell in the backfield also with Winters. He steps back, throws it to the flats to Blankenship. Blankenship catches it about 5 yards deep and then makes a great cut, crosses the 45, crosses the 40, and we're down inside the 45 or the 40-yard line, mark him about the 37. Blankenship improved how much, Pete, last year as we saw him, especially throwing to him out of the slot position.
Became a real threat as the season went on, for sure.
No question about it. Winters under center. Spires have been the quarterback up till this moment, and Jacob getting this possession. And once again, single back in the backfield. That's Braden Powell. Slots on both sides. Looks like Logan jumps off sides. And that is going to be against the Chieftains. That'll mark them across the 35-yard line, mark it down to the 32-yard line, and 1st and 5 for the Ironmen with a short field. We're looking at 5:04 on a running clock at the moment, but there is a timeout on the field, and Coach Eddie is going to take a timeout, their first timeout. 5:03 to go in this first half. We'll take a timeout and be right back with more Jackson Ironman football.
Hey everybody, we're back with the Gillum Insurance Player of the Game. Tune in each and every single week for Dan and Dan on 96.7, and they'll be giving you the award right after the game. And stop in and see us at 135 East Huron Street at Gillum Insurance, or give us a like on our Facebook page at Gillum Insurance at facebook.com. Give us a call at 740-395-0357, or shoot us an email at jason.gillum@american-national.com.
Dave's Custom Butchering and Retail Deli of Wellston is your one stop for fresh local meats. From burgers, brats, and steaks for the grill, sausage or bacon for breakfast, or a fresh side of beef or pork for your freezer, Dave's has everything you need. Don't pass up their homemade chicken and ham salad, prepared and packaged for any occasion. Cut fresh daily. You won't find fresher meat anywhere else. And don't miss our monthly special, local and fresh meat at Dave's Custom Butchering and Retail Deli on Scott Lane in Wellston.
You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on the all-new Mix 96 FM. And now, back to the action.
Except for an opening kickoff return on the very first play of the game, it's been Jackson Ironman in control with a 21-7 lead here and more good field position. Mark the ball at the 32-yard line. 1st and 5 for our Ironmen. Snap back to Jacob Winters. He drops back, looks down the field. The throw is a little bit outside to Cade Wooford, who was coming out of the backfield. That one goes incomplete. 2nd and 5.
Cade Wooford, of course, we all know about his running ability and the pedigree there, the son of Shane Wooford, one of Jackson's all-time great runners. But Cade, also a great receiver as well, caught some balls last year, and they love to get him outside one-on-one with those short passes.
Shotgun formation. Winters drops back, looks down the field. Good throw to Prater, and what is going to be a very unique situation there. Actually, it is dropped about the 10-yard line. Good throw, and Tristan, sure he'd love to have that one back. He'll catch the next one, I guarantee you. 3rd and 5. Ironman in the part of the field. You can certainly be thinking 2 snaps from here. Coach Hall gives Jacob Winters the play choice. He runs into the huddle. Incomplete pass. Clock is stopped at 4:54. Ironman still with all 3 timeouts. Logan with 2. And I think that's going to change right now as Coach Hall is going to take a timeout and huddle up with that offense. So we're going to take a quick timeout. It is Jackson 21, Logan 7. 4:54 to go in this first half. We'll be back in just 30 seconds. No, we'll change our mind. We're going to keep it right here, Pete Wilson. Coach Hall obviously has the option of having 2 plays with this kind of field position. 3rd and 5. Don't know if he had the right personnel in that last time, but he had plenty of timeouts left in his pocket, so he uses 1. Each team now with 2.
Well, of course, the Prater was in on that last play. Took a pretty good hit there at the end of the play after the ball hit the surface there. Wasn't like he wasn't going to be in on that play, and of course he can be now.
That is right.
I believe he is in the huddle. Jackson's number 1 receiver from last year.
Jackson actually will play a lot of snaps this year without a tight end. That didn't happen last year. We had somebody there at that position. Traylon Davis was his name.
Right, I believe he's doing the same thing at Morgantown.
Yes, he is.
That's West Virginia, by the way.
Big-time Division I football player. So excited to have Traylon in his career, and we will certainly be following that. Trips to the left. Shotgun formation for Winters. He drops back, takes a look. Now he tucks, rolls to his left. Now he decides to tuck it under. He crosses the 30. He puts his head down, goes down to the 25, runs over a tackler, and inside the 25-yard line will be a first down for your Jackson Ironman. That is a big body out there as a quarterback when he tucks and rolls left, isn't it?
Right. Usually when your quarterback is doing that, particularly your talented passing quarterback, you're saying, oh, my gosh, don't take a hit. But that's not going to happen with Jacob Winters. he's going to put that shoulder down, and he will deliver the punishment probably more than he takes.
Yes, he does. Nice job there. First down for the Ironmen. Now we'll mark it at the 23-yard line. 4:29 to go in this first half. 21-7. Ironmen with the lead, knocking on the door again. Full house backfield by the Ironman. The handoff goes to Broerman. He crosses the 20 and does a nice job, breaks through, and he goes all the way down to the 5-yard line. Boy, right side of that offensive line did a good job giving Broerman some room, but he made a great cut, Pete Wilson, at the line of scrimmage and found all kinds of room and takes it down and puts the Ironman first and goal from the 5-yard line.
A nice debut for Broerman on his first varsity carry. He goes 18 yards, puts his team down on the 5-yard line now. Still 4:02 to go here in the first half.
Double tights for the Ironman. The handoff to Winters from the fullback position. He crosses the 4, dives down around the 1-yard line, and I don't think it is Winters. I think it is. It was Evan Spires. I'm sorry. Evan Spires in that fullback position. Mark at the 1-yard line. Second and goal from the 1 for the Ironman. Winters gets the call from Coach Hall. Huddles up. Ironman in that full house backfield. We have Butcher and Ty Jones, 2 tight ends in the lineup for the Ironman. Tight formation. Winters under center, and there's going to be an offsides. We'll see who it's against. A lot of people move, but I think it's Logan that jumped. It's only going to be about a 1-foot penalty, maybe a 1.5 feet. Boy, the ball is marked very near the goal line. It'll be second down and inches for the Ironmen, trying to pick up their 4th touchdown here in the first half. 3:20 a running clock. Winters under center. Full house backfield for the Ironmen. Tight formation. Snap from McGraw, and he just follows McGraw in the end zone. Jacob Winters scores the touchdown easily. McGraw with a good lead block from the center position. David Norris, A.J. Jenny, the 2 guards. And Winters goes into the end zone to give the Ironmen 27-7 lead.
And Winters now 3 touchdowns, all running. He's rushed for 88 yards. Of course, he's the one that got the Ironman offense going with that 70-yard run on their first score after Logan had taken the lead on the kickoff return.
Crabtree on the field. Wood's going to hold. Snap by McGraw. The good snap, the good hold. The kick is up and good, and the Ironmen open up a 28-7 lead with 3:08 to go here in the first quarter. Timeout on the field, so we'll take a break for 1 minute, and we'll be back with more of your Jackson Ironman football in just 1 minute.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day with 16 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim. They are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, Energy Star compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
Between work, sports schedules, and daily responsibilities, it can seem like there just aren't enough hours in the day. Holzer Pediatrics understands your busy life and has added after-hours care for your child's well checks. Pediatric after-hours visits are now available in Gallipolis and Jackson, Monday through Friday until 8 p.m. and on weekends, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Your child deserves the best care and providers who make time for them. Call 1-855-4-HOLZER to schedule today.
You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on the all-new Mix 96 FM. And now, back to the action.
Kickoff by Crabtree goes down to about the 10-yard line. Caden Patton returns it out near the 20, and Pete Wilson, one of the hardest hits we've seen this season. I know it's early on, but what a hit by the Ironman's Bo Landrum about the 20-yard line. It was a huge hit, and it'll be... The Ironmen are going to pick up a 15-yard penalty on that to give Logan a little better field position. But what a hit by Bo Landrum on the kickoff team. But the 15-yard penalty will move it from the... Whoa, depends where I guess the penalty was. They're marking it all the way out. Instead of the 15, they're marking it all the way out to around the 40-yard line, Pete. So it'll be a first down for the Chieftains there, but what a hit by Bo Landrum.
Right, I think what we have was an unsportsmanlike conduct call. Maybe a little celebration by one of the Ironmen there.
First snap and the first back through, gets back to across the line of scrimmage. Ball marked at the 40. They're going to mark him out to the 43. Alex Thompson, Pete Wilson, who, Jeff, for a carrier on that one? Thompson, wasn't it?
I believe it was, yes.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. 2:36 to go in the first half. Jackson 28, your Chieftains 7. Ironmen have rolled off 28 straight points against this Chieftain defense. Quarterback under center, Sturgill. He rolls to his left, and boy, he's going to be smothered. Caleb McGraw having a really solid game both sides of the football. McGraw wraps him up and then gets a whole bunch of help from all the Ironmen. Drew Bragg in there, Ty Jones, Evan Spires. Wrap him up. Loss of about 2 or 3 puts the Chieftains in a 3rd and 9. And, when you're running the wing T, Pete, it's critical to get yardage on those first couple downs. You do not like the 3rd and long, especially when you're a team that doesn't feel comfortable throwing the football. One time they have thrown, Sturgill was able to pick it off. Sturgill under center. Motion by the backfield, a kind of an inside-out counter play, and number 31 for them is pulling, and he gets hit in the backfield once again. Nothing working for the Chieftains right at the moment. Tackle in there. Evan Jarvis for the Ironmen, playing some snaps at his strong safety position. Evan, a junior, did a good job there getting a hit along with a couple of the other Ironmen. That's a tackle for a loss, 4th and 10, and Logan forced, I would think, to punt, but it looks like they might be trying to play for it. Now I think Coach Eddie's going to think better of it, take a timeout, and discuss this. It's been a very short field to give the Ironmen to punt from the 40, but a timeout on the field. Pete Wilson, let's keep it here. Any stats jumping out at you? Obviously, Jacob Winters having a big first half.
Right, well, the Ironmen, after Logan did get a first down on their first offensive possession, which, that was interesting at the time because Logan had already had the lead and then stopped Jackson, if you recall. That's the only first down they have in the game. Jackson has 9. Meanwhile, Jackson getting production from a host of players. We've seen 2 quarterbacks out there. They both completed passes. Jacob Winters as a runner, kind of leading the stable of Jackson runners that Coach Hall can throw out there. 5 carries, 88 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Cade Wolford with 6 carries and 55 yards and a touchdown. Evan Spires has run through 26, and Browerman, the sophomore, on his first carry got 18.
Messer in there, one of the defensive tackles, along with McGraw. The Ironmen have the punt return team in. 4th and 10, snap back to their punter. The kick is almost blocked, and let's see if they throw a flag. They do not. So the punt is caught nicely by Holden Blankenship, and the Ironmen will get the ball about the 36-yard line. We are 1:01 to go in the first half. The Ironmen still have 2 timeouts left. Let's see if they play for another score. Boy, the punter's had a tough night, and that's Jack Brown, that time rolling to his right as he likes to do. Grant Maston doesn't get a block, but he is blocked into him, so there was no flag. Holden Blankenship did a good job of catching the punt, and the Ironmen had pretty good field position at that 36-yard line.
Blocked into him or not, Maston came very close to blocking him.
Yeah, we've come close a couple of times. We think Drew Bragg might have got a hand on one of those earlier in the game.
Jackson, Dan, has 2 timeouts now with 1:01 to go, so we could see the so-called 1 minute, 1 second offense right now.
Jacob Winters is now calling for somebody's not in the lineup for the Ironmen, and the Ironmen are going to have to burn a timeout, and that makes Coach Hall a little bit excited or a little bit hot under the collar. But the Ironmen with 2 timeouts, they had 1 to utilize. They will huddle up, and we'll keep it right here. 1:01 to go before halftime. Jackson, I'm sure this is kind of a 2-minute drill type situation here. It looked like we were going to have 2 backs in the backfield and Winters in the shotgun, so we want to see what the Ironmen want to try to do here with 1:01 to go.
Of course, Coach Hall, known as an offensive innovator, very creative on offense, and I think we'll all agree, no matter what side you're on, he has some offensive weapons to work with, multiple offensive weapons. That's what makes Jackson so dangerous. A lot of players can hurt you in a lot of different ways.
This is a great matchup, Jackson Logan, through the years, and they play. This is the 98th contest. Pete Wilson and Coach Hall and Coach Eddie going at it there. But Coach Hurd has a big matchup tonight also with that marching band at halftime, as Logan is one of the true outstanding bands, and we know how great our Ironman band is, so it should be a fun halftime for all the fans here tonight. Winters under center. Drops back, hands off to the fullback. Good cut by Spires, and he goes for about 7 yards, but that was interesting. The Ironmen go to a little more conservative look. 50 seconds clock running. Ironmen still have one timeout. They go to the line of scrimmage. McGraw kind of looks like he's getting the offensive line organized. We're at 40 seconds running clock. Winters back in a shotgun. Ironmen still have that one timeout. Snap back to Winters, throws it out in the flats to Wolford. Wolford now makes a move, breaks a tackle at the 45, crosses the 50, stays in bounds, gets tackled about the 48-yard line, and the Ironmen now, I think, will utilize that last timeout with 27 seconds to go. No, the Ironmen are going to come to the line of scrimmage. They're going to start the clock, 24 seconds. Trips to the right. Winters in the shotgun. Snap back to Winters, drops back, takes a look down the field, throws it over to Prater, and he does not catch it. That does stop the clock with 13 seconds. Trying to throw it on the backside to the single receiver and get out of bounds to stop the clock, but that incomplete pass stops it. 2nd and 10, 13.2 seconds left here in the first half. Jackson has the 28-7 lead. It's been 28 straight points by the Ironmen to get this lead. They have one timeout left. Trips once again to the right. In the slot, looks like Jake Wood and Evan Spires in the double slot. All actually 5 receivers there. Rolls out, Winters rolls out, takes a look, throws it down the field, hits his receiver, and that is Drew Bragg, who will catch it and go inside the 30-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Ironmen with 6.3 seconds. Certainly shortened up the field, and with the it's going to mark at the 31. With the arm strength of Winters, obviously no problem getting the ball into the end zone. Trips to the left, slot to the right, 5 receivers wide. Winters alone in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Snap back to Jacob. Steps back. Takes a look. Throws it in the end zone. Overthrows. Prater goes incomplete, but 1.3 seconds left, so the Ironmen can get one more opportunity. Post pattern by Prater. He's about the end zone where the ball went over his head. Jackson, maybe. Peter, we're going to try a field goal?
I see Ethan Crabtree going in there.
That will be one long field goal. They're going to mark it. Jake Wood will probably spot the ball about the 38-yard line. We're talking about a 48-yard field goal. Ironmen have a timeout, so they're going to talk this over. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. We'll see what the Jackson Ironmen are going to do with 1.3 seconds to go here in the first half.
Hi, it's Kylie, and you know what time of year it is. Football time. And our friends at Jackson Express, home of Big Papa's Pizza, subs, chicken, and more, have got you covered before or after the game. My dad just loves picking up a pizza and subs or even chicken tenders with potato wedges. And he always gets my favorite, the super cheesy pizza. Jackson Express has it all, including veals, mac and cheese bites, loaded potato bites, and more. So stop by today and dine in or carry out.
Jackson Express on East Main Street next to Toro Loco. Call 286-3811.
You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on the all-new Mix 96 FM. And now back to the action.
Coach Andy Hall huddles up with most of the team, but Ethan Crabtree stands out there. He's got the tee in his hand. He's going to mark that tee at the 38-yard line. We're talking about a 48-yard field goal attempt, 1.3 seconds left. This should be the last play of the half. Jake Woods holding. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is low. Not going to be enough. It will go a miss, and that should be it for halftime. The Jackson Ironmen not having the start they wanted to, giving up a opening kickoff touchdown return to the Logan Chieftains, find themselves down 7-0. But from that point on, they score 28 points, and they take a 28-7 lead at halftime. Stay tuned with us. We've got a lot of halftime activities going. We're going to get a chance to talk with Craig Dunn. He's a Hall of Fame media stalwart from Logan. We've known him for many, many years. Really a special gentleman. That's going to be fun. Pete Wilson's going to work on statistics, and we'll talk about some of the upcoming high school games in our area for tomorrow night and some on Saturday night. But it's exciting. It is week 1 here for Jackson Ironman football, and it is the Ironman 28, Logan Chieftain 7. We'll be back in just a few moments.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah, Peyton.
See that couple? Classic Peytonville love story. She's a safe driver. He hardly drives at all. Both control their auto insurance rates with Nationwide.
How'd they meet?
Fate, right. Brad.
What's that?
Ooh, don't touch it. It's wet.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Smart Ride and Smart Miles programs require enrollment. Availability and details vary. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Virgil Hamilton. For all your insurance needs, stop by our office in Jackson, Ironton, or Chesapeake, or check us out on Facebook or virgilhamilton.com.
At Atomic Credit Union, choose how you check. $5 opens your account, and you get your debit card the same day. Online and mobile banking gives you access to your account 24/7, with features like card activation and deactivation, remote deposit capture, pay another member, and bill pay. Visit us online at atomiccu.com and unbank with us today. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Nimco Propane is your local propane provider, serving all your propane needs. Nimco Propane sets all tank sizes all year round, and customer service is their #1 priority. Nimco fills all orders in a timely manner, and they accept heat vouchers and carry welding supplies. Call the professionals at Nimco Propane today, 740-596-4477, or check them out on Facebook. That's Nimco Propane.
True fans know that success in football is all about tradition, dedication, and loyalty. Those same qualities are important to the Sherwood Falks Insurance Agency. We care about what's important to you, and that's why we believe in helping you select the right insurance for your needs. We're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. Give us a call at 740-286-1708. We'd love to help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual. Go Ironman.
Dakota's, Jackson's premier place for steak and ribs, has been proudly serving the community since 2004. Come out and join us for all your local favorites like our one-of-a-kind onion loaf, or treat yourself to one of our world-class hand-cut steaks. Enjoy the fall weather fireside on our amazing patio outdoor dining area. At Dakota's, your experience and safety are our #1 priority. Here you're always treated like family. That's Dakota's Jackson at 451 McCarty Lane.
Great food, great friends, great fun.
How do you define easy? At Vinton County National Bank, we work hard to make it easy for you to get your new mortgage loan. We know not everyone can come into the bank. That's why our mortgage lenders are glad to do business however you do business. Online, in person, or over the phone. Call 1-800-542-5004. Click on vcnbfamily.com or visit your neighborhood Vinton County National Bank to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You are listening to the home of Jackson Ironman High School Sports.
WKOV-FM 96.7.
Oak Hill, Jackson, Wellston, and MacArthur.
We're back here at Alumni Stadium, and as we said, now it is a battle of the bands. Two of the best bands in all of Southeast Ohio will go at it as the Logan Chieftains, and it is certainly good to see traveling bands able to travel this year, and both bands get to perform at halftime. And these are two of the very best folks in all of Southeast Ohio. It is your Jackson Ironman 28, the Logan Chieftains 7. Logan had the early 7-0 lead. It only took them 12 seconds off the clock, but it's been 28 in a row by our Ironman. We do have the lead at halftime, and I am honored to have a halftime guest today who I have known for many years, and he is one of the true media legends in Southeast Ohio. And if you're really a sports fan and you got some seniority to you, you probably know Craig Dunn. You remember him. He's been at Logan forever. He has done their newspaper. He does their internet. He's at every basketball game keeping their book, and he's done this forever. And he's one of these unique guys that has been a true historian of Logan sports, along with a couple other guys. You got special people up there. But the Randy Heath, the Tom Metters, the late Tom Metters, so many special people that have made so big a thing of their life is to follow this high school sports. Craig, it's just an honor to be here to sit and talk with you.
No, I appreciate those kind words. You guys include yourself and Pete and Dan, who's not here tonight. You guys include you guys in that too, because we're all kind of a little fraternity, so to speak.
Yes.
We're kind of getting up there.
Yeah, we need that next year's got to come along someday, don't
right.
they?
We got to have somebody behind me. It's like I talked to Coach Eddie. He's got to bring some kids up from the younger teams, and it's like he said he has to have a backup to the backup. Well, let's have backups right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a thing like, we're still plugging along, and it's just it's a pleasure to be here. Like I told you before the game, Jackson is my favorite place to go to. I've been outside of course games in Logan. Jackson is the place I've visited more than any place over the years, and I just have a soft spot in my heart for Jackson, except when they're ahead 28-7 at halftime. Other than that, I have a soft spot for this.
And let's be honest, this matchup, and it needed to take place again, and it's so wonderful to have it on week one. We had to replace a legendary matchup with the Wellston Golden Rockets, way over 100 games with them, but this is the 98th time Jackson and Logan have played. I think it's Jackson 47 wins, Logan 46. Logan has scored like 7 or 8 more points over the whole time of those 97 games than us. It's been that close. It's a rivalry that needs to take place, and thank goodness it is.
I kind of like this on Thursday also. I mean, I was talking to people today who were asking why we were playing on Thursday. I said, I think a lot of it is maybe trying to establish a new type of tradition because, Jackson and Wellston always play on Saturday.
Right. And it was to draw a crowd and draw people around the area, get a chance to see us.
And that's kind of what they hear.
What it is an interesting thing, and as Coach Hall said, they're going to scout 4 teams tomorrow night, but probably 10 teams are scouting us, or 9 teams are scouting us tonight. So it's some good and take on that, but it's pretty neat having a Thursday night game, and let's be honest. All high schools are excited right now. We're back. We're open. Most games are being played. There are a few that aren't, so we're still battling COVID, and that's something that we cannot put our guard down at any given time or whatever, but it's so good to see the fans back in the stands, both bands here and high school football on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night is special in the Southeast District.
There's nothing like it, and you guys can attest to this. Last year with how strange the whole atmosphere was. Part of it was not having these bands out here, and it's one of the things that hit me kind of this week also. The football team doesn't have people in the stands, but neither has the band.
Right.
And, it's the same for them, same for the Jackson band, Logan band, and it's same basically for the kids. I guess it's probably all the way across the board. Cheerleaders.
How about high school students last year that couldn't come to the game?
Right.
Grandparents of some of the kids couldn't come to the game.
Right.
I mean, if I had a player playing and I'm a grandparent, I don't know what I did. I'd have gone crazy. Now, we did a great job of streaming the games and gave people opportunities, and it was a wonderful effort by our school, and I know Logan the same thing. And it was a lot of extra work, but we all got through it, and most people, you got to watch it if you wanted to.
Right.
But it is so nice to have things at least a little more back to normal.
I was fortunate to be able to go to all the games last year, like you guys did too. And during basketball season, especially when you started seeing those telecasts on the internet, I actually covered some girls' basketball games that way, and it was one of the strangest things in my life, in my professional career, sitting at my desk watching the Logan girls play at Chillicothe, keeping play-by-play and stats off my computer, which would any of us thought that 10 years ago?
No,
there's no way.
Well, who would have thought 10 years ago we would have been in the situation we were anyway with everything in the world? Pete Wilson was just telling me a little bit ago, it's about 50 years for him keeping stats of the games. Now, it's Pete and Dan Dobbins' 41st year broadcasting Ironman football, my 37th. But Pete did stats for a number of years before that, the stats for the head football coach back in 1972.
Yeah, he and I kind of came up together in that respect.
We're all about that same era, and it's neat because the memories we have, you can't take them away. They're special, and the kids, the special kids, and that's why we're all still here. It's great to be around young people.
And if we didn't care, about kids and the schools, we wouldn't be here. It's like I've told you beforehand. This is. I'm not sure this will be my last year or not doing what I do. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be. But I'm going. If it is, I'm going to be around. I'm not.
You're still going to be a Logan fan.
Oh yeah.
And you're a Hall of Famer. You're up there on the wall in Logan High School, and that's very well deserved. I check your picture out every time we get up there for basketball. But hey, you got to give a shout out to one of your good buddies in Jackson. He's not here with us tonight, but I know he's one of your best friends, and you have kept pretty good contact with him the last couple of years.
Yeah, we've got to get Mr. Mayor Randy Heath out of that house.
We do.
And get down
We're
here
working on
the
it.
game. I talked to him a couple weeks ago. I said, now, you are going to be at the game, aren't you? Because it's Thursday night. You have nothing planned. And he said something about a Cavaliers summer basketball game.
Yes.
That he couldn't miss, something like that.
Yep.
But, yeah, I want to tell Randy hi, and I'll probably talk to him over the weekend, tell him what he missed. And, again, it's like I've said, when I go to places like this, and you mentioned Tom Metters a little bit ago,
There's so many. Bill Gray. I'm just thinking of all these legendary people that Willard Fitzpatrick for us, Junior Wilson, great people.
Yes,
great people, and we miss them dearly. But we don't miss Randy. We just want to see him.
We just want him back here. It's what I was telling Todd Thompson a few minutes ago. Coming in here, and this is the second time now, to not have him over here. And hearing some kind of a wisecrack or whatever, from him, while he's on the air, has the switch switched off. I mean, we miss him, and we miss people like that to where we're, like I said, there's not a lot of us left. And, somebody like Randy and like all of us sitting here, I was just kind of motioning with the guys from the Logan radio station here. I've known these guys for years, obviously, too. I grew up with one of them. And we are all in that fraternity.
Sorry about your luck there, because I know these guys too.
I had to ride down with one.
I know that.
But it's just, I look around and see this, and you don't even see in a lot of cases. You don't see a lot of cases even radio covering games anymore. You don't see a lot of newspapers covering games anymore.
Quite the same.
It's not quite the same at all, and it's just a strange time. But it's also, I guess, it's part of the natural cycle of what we do. It's going to be that way. People are going to come and go. But the one thing that doesn't come and go, it stays, is what we're watching right now. Watching the kids, the bands, the football game. I mean, and again, being able to be here, just, in general.
We're lucky that Logan takes it serious. We take it serious, and that makes it fun.
Exactly.
Yes. When we come up there next year, we're going to see you there.
You will see me there. Yeah. If nothing else, you will see me there. I guarantee you that.
I appreciate you, Craig, coming on the air with us there. Pete's working his stats. He's fumbling around. I think he's ready.
He's probably set to go.
We could do this for hours. We'd probably kill the audience eventually, but it has sure been a pleasure, and it's so good to talk to you.
Oh, it's great talking to you.
We'll see you in basketball.
Oh, yeah, you'll see me around there in basketball. I'll be in there, too. So, hey, and hi to everybody from Jackson again. Some of my favorite people are down here, so thank you very much for having me on.
Appreciate it, Craig. It is halftime. The Jackson Band now is on the field doing a wonderful job, as they do week in and week out, entertaining this really a nice home crowd here by the Jackson Ironmen. It is halftime. It is the Jackson Ironmen 28, the Logan Chiefs 7. We're going to take another timeout. We'll be back with first half stats by the best stat man this side of the Mississippi, Mr. Pete Wilson.
At Bellisio Foods, commitment to the community is at the core of our company. We've been feeding people for over 25 years, and that means we've also employed folks from right here within the community. So we're proud to give a little something back. Donating to local charities and helping local organizations, we are helping to make the community closer and stronger. Bellisio Foods, we're your neighbors, we're your friends, we are part of the community, and always will be.
The Jackson County Health Department HOPE Initiative is offering free naloxone to those who wish to have a supply of the life-saving medication. Opiates take lives and naloxone saves them. Get your free naloxone kit. Stop by the health department or call and they can mail it to you. They also offer contactless delivery. Help save someone's life with free naloxone. Provided by the Jackson County Health Department. 200 East Main Street in Jackson. Call 740-286-5094. Stop overdoses. Carry naloxone.
Hello, Osborne Equipment Service.
I need to order pizza.
We don't have any pizza.
Can I get a cheeseburger?
We don't have any food. I think you might have the wrong number.
You always say you have something for everyone.
We do, with parts and service for trucks, trailers, buses, and RVs. And we're family owned and operated. We don't do food, but I've got a truck so I can go pick up a pizza if you want.
While you're at it, my mom wants a salad.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
Before, during, or after the game, Papa John's of Jackson has the deal for you. Order one of their delicious Epic Stuffed Crust pizzas, or try the new Shakaroni pizza, and don't forget to add on a garlic parmesan papadilla. Order online at papajohns.com or download the Papa John's app to place your order and have it ready when you are. If you don't want to get out, order through DoorDash and have it delivered to you in Jackson, Wellston, or Colton. That's right, DoorDash delivery in Jackson, Wellston, or Colton, only at your local Papa John's of Jackson.
We should go bowling and have the best pizza in Jackson County tonight.
I don't want to go to two places.
Well, we don't have to. The best pizza in Jackson County comes from the local bowling alley, Liella of Wellston.
Really? No way.
Yes way. Come on in and grab a lane and the best pizza in Jackson County at Liella of Wellston. Liella of Wellston, located 15 North Park Avenue, Wellston, Ohio.
Call Liella of Wellston at 740-384-6670 to grab your pizza today.
Summer heat and humidity can push your cooling system to the limit. Make sure it's ready with a tune-up from your Tempstar dealer. A little preventative maintenance can spot problems before they pop up and might even help lower your utility bills. Max Residential Heating and Cooling can help you enjoy cool, comfortable peace of mind all summer long.
Hi, this is Mark Cheney. Call me at 740-701-9619 or find us online at maxresidential.com. Tempstar, quality you can feel.
You are listening to the home of Jackson Ironman High School Sports.
WKOV-FM 96.7.
Oak Hill, Jackson, Wellston, and MacArthur.
It is halftime at Alumni Stadium. A good crowd on hand, and they're being entertained by two outstanding bands. And like we said, it's so good to see the bands back on the field. Jackson band entertaining right at the moment, and I can vouch for them, Pete. They're mid-season form already. I only live over that way, just a little bit past the scoreboard, and I can hear this band practicing day and night, it seems like, and they look like they're mid-season already.
Oh, yes, and as you said, quite a show, because Logan has advertised a great band, and also quality and quantity for both of these bands.
Score at halftime is Jackson 28, the Logan Chiefs 7, and Pete Wilson, nobody does it better than you. Tell us how it got there.
All right, well, I guess in a nutshell, Logan won the first 6 seconds of the half. Jackson won most of the rest of the seconds of this half. Logan returns the opening kickoff, stunned, shocked the Ironmen in this crowd, tacked on the extra point, leading 7-0 with 6 seconds into this game. After that, kind of settled out a little bit, but Jackson, on 2 of their next 3 possessions, was stopped, and Logan got a first down on their first possession after they got the ball after stopping Jackson. So it looked like, my gosh, we got a ball game here. We thought, Jackson was maybe going to roll here against this inexperienced Logan team that's also facing injuries, and, of course, Jackson with high expectations. But then Jackson rolled into form with a lot of players getting into the action on offense, and the defense really asserting itself midway through the first quarter. Logan ends up with 1 first down, that very first down they had on their first possession, and Jackson racking up 11 first downs. We'll take a real quick look at the team and individual stats as we near the end of the halftime. Jackson, 11 first downs to 1 for Logan. Jackson ran 29 plays, only 18 for Logan. Jackson racked up 193 rushing yards, 66 passing yards, 259 yards at halftime. If you're not a math wizard, that is at a 500-yard clip, a little better than a 500-yard clip. Logan held to 14 yards on 17 carries. That stat's important because Logan, it depends on their running game. No passing yards. Their only pass was intercepted. So the total yardage first half, Jackson 259, Logan 14. Jackson, between the 2 quarterbacks, was 7 out of 12 passing. Logan had that 1 interception on their only throw. Logan's punted 5 times. Jackson has not had to punt. We only had 1 turnover. That was on an interception by Jackson's Tristan Prater. Jackson, 3 penalties, 30 yards. Logan, 4 penalties, 39 yards. Individually, Jacob Winters, 5 carries, 88 yards for 2 touchdowns. That's when he plays fullback. He's also done some things when he's throwing the ball. Evan Spires, who started at quarterback, has run 4 times for 33 yards. Cade Wooford, the talented sophomore, 6 carries, 55 yards and a touchdown. Eli Broerman, 1 carry, 18 yards. Holden Blankenship, 1 carry for -1 yards. And passing the ball, Spires is 4 out of 5 for 24 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Jacob Winters, 3 out of 7 for 42 yards. Holden Blankenship and Cade Wooford each have 2 receptions. Tristan Prater has 1, Jacob Winters has 1, and Drew Bragg has 1. Logan held, as I said, to 14 yards rushing here in the first half and no yards passing.
Wow, that was pretty quick. You covered some ground there.
That's right. Well, we adapt to the circumstances. It's the 2-minute stat offense.
Well, it was good talking with Craig Dunn at halftime, and he is I like to call him a media legend, a Hall of Famer from Logan, and it's just one of those really good guys that we've enjoyed through the years. But we got to give you some time too, Pete. We're not going to take another time out. We should have still 3 minutes to talk. How about a big thank you to, once again, the Total Media? And I guess we are not the Mixler this year as far as the broadcast, but we are on Facebook. You want to tell the crowd how that works?
Well, I got just a little bit of a primer on that off the air there from our technician, Eric Euler, back at the station. We were on Mixler last year and through the basketball season, but we've kind of gone forward now. Now the games are being streamed on the different radio stations, whichever one, is on. For us, of course, it's the WKOV Facebook page, which has become more active. Some of the videos from the Matt McKee's Morning Show are showing up there now under the direction of James Hamilton, our digital marketing manager, who's kind of our technical guru. But all you have to do is, watch it on Facebook, on the WKOV. You can also get it on the Total Media app. You can make a connection that way. And we're talking about not just the Jackson Ironmen, but also all the teams we cover. That's the Wellston Golden Rockets, the Oak Hill Oaks, and, of course, the Benton County Vikings. All those teams, Dan, of course, in action on the traditional high school football night, Friday night.
Well, we mentioned this Jackson-Logan matchup week one. It's a natural rivalry-type game since we've been such long SEOL members together. We've played each other. This is the 98th time. How about that opener tomorrow night with what's going to become a new very good tradition for the Wellston Golden Rockets and the Oak Hill Oaks?
Right. Well, they've played each other through the years
many times.
Right. Not in the same league, so it hasn't been every year. It's been kind of hit and miss. When you're in a big league, it becomes a scheduling thing. Of course, Oak Hill replacing Jackson as the first game for the Golden Rockets, and I know Oak Hill, they had been playing teams from down on the river the first game. Chesapeake, for instance, I think, maybe Fairland. That's definitely an upgrade for them. They will develop a new rivalry. I think both schools are interested in keeping that one going maybe forever.
Well, this one's at Wellston, so I assume it'll be Mark Thomas and Rick Perdue once again back at the helm as the voice of the Rockets, and that'll be on the radio tomorrow night. And now the Benton County Vikings, and I saw the voice of the Vikings here tonight because he's watching a nephew play, Cade Wooford. That's going to be the longtime Judge Bob Grillo and Jeff Thacker. They will be bringing you Benton County Viking football, and they will be taking on Unioto tomorrow night.
Yes, they will, and Unioto has been their traditional opener for a number of years, and Unioto's had the best of that series. A lot of excitement in Benton County because they've got a new coach up there, Coach T.J. Carper. He comes from West Virginia. He was one of the coaches at Cabell Midland when the Ironmen played them here a number of years ago.
And they were good.
Yeah, they say that's the biggest enrollment school in West Virginia. That's what we always heard at that point, and they could play some football, and so he's bringing some of that know-how, that West Virginia know-how, big-time West Virginia high school know-how, to Benton County.
So it should be a fun night on the radio tomorrow night, or if you can, get out and support them and go to the games. That's what, we're so lucky right now that, and I'll be honest, COVID is not getting better all of a sudden, Pete Wilson. It's changed a little bit, but you're right now allowed to be at the games. Take advantage of that because we missed it so dearly last year.
Yes, we did, and nice to see a big crowd out here having fun, and we can only hope, that the situation with COVID goes the right way. But we learned the hard way last year to be prepared for anything.
We're a little bit wiser, let's hope for. Logan is going to kick off to our Jackson Ironmen. They hold the lead at halftime. It is 28 for the Ironmen, running off 28 straight points to finish that first half. Logan 7. Freshman for Logan is going to kick off. And you got his name there.
Patton, Caden Patton.
Patton on there. Kick goes to about the 12-yard line, and it looks like it's Blankenship coming across the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, turns the corner, stiff arms his way all the way out to about the 45-yard line. Good kickoff return for our Jackson Ironmen, who have first possession here in the third quarter.
Right, Blankenship, a little bit of hesitation fielding that because it came in on kind of a funny bounce, so he got a slow start, but once he got going, he was heading north and south looking for the seam, and comes up with a really nice return all the way out to the Ironman's 48-yard line. So give him, Dan, a 36-yard return there.
Very exciting when he gets his hands on the football. Pete Wilson, last year we had the unique situation having 3 players on the Ironman whose dads had been SEOAL MVPs. We're only down to 2 this year, but it's still Holden Blankenship's dad was, and so was Cade Wooford's dad. And it's great to have that kind of football tradition here at Jackson. Cade Wooford gets the carry, crosses the midfield, 50-yard line, takes it down to about the 47, about 5-yard gain on first down. Eric Davis was the third one last year with his son Traylon on that football team. How unique was that to have 3 ex-SEOL MVPs having their sons play on the Ironman last year? I thought that was a neat thing. Winters is under center. The Ironman in the I formation. Handoff, it looks like, goes to Braden Powell. Powell goes for first down yardage. He crosses the 45, takes it all the way down to the 40-yard line, and a first down for the Ironman. 2 snaps, first down yardage in Logan territory on the 40-yard line. Winters runs all the way to the sideline to get direction from Coach Hall. Jacob will be under center. I formation for the Ironman. Hand off to the second back. That's Wooford. He does a nice cut at the line of scrimmage. Crosses the 35, the 30, the 25. Boy, he gets there quickly down near the 20-yard line. Running behind the right side of that offensive line. A good stop-and-go move by Cade Wooford. Brings it back to the left side, and they were cleared out, and he takes it all the way down to the 20. Another 20-yard run by Cade.
Very nifty there because there wasn't much of a hole at the point of attack. He reacted to that, spun out of a potential tackle. He is not only fast, Dan, he's very quick, and he has instinctive moves on where to go with that football.
It does look like it's just natural to him, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Wooford is deep in the I formation. Winters under center. Powell in the backfield also. Winters rolling to his right. Going to be a throwback in the end zone. He sees Tristan Prater, who catches this one in the end zone. Pretty play action, pass action by the Ironman. I think it was it 3 snaps and maybe a little more than that, Pete Wilson, but a very quick touchdown for the Ironman as they score on this first possession and take the 34-7 lead.
Well, of course, the play-action pass set up so well after several successful runs in a row. You know that Logan's thinking, got to stop that run, and they had good pass protection on their Winters, waited for Prater to come open, and he's most always going to catch that ball.
Less than 2 minutes it takes the Ironman to get another touchdown on the board. The snap is bobbled for the Ironman, so the extra point will not be good, but there is a flag down. Let's see what the call is. It's going to be a penalty against Logan, so the Ironman are going to get another chance. And I assume we will kick it again.
Encroachment on the defense.
Encroachment by the defense. Coach Hall decides not to take the yardage, keep it where it is in the normal extra point. They can run it. Still 34-7. Let's see if we get 35. Better snap, hold, the kick up, easily through, and the Ironman 35, the Logan Chieftain 7 will take a timeout and be back with more Jackson Ironman football on 96.7 in just 1 minute.
Hey everybody, we're back with the Gillum Insurance Player of the Game. Tune in each and every single week for Dan and Dan on 96.7, and they'll be giving you the award right after the game. And stop in and see us at 135 East Huron Street at Gillum Insurance, or give us a like on our Facebook page at Gillum Insurance at facebook.com. Give us a call at 740-395-0357, or shoot us an email at jason.gillum@american-national.com.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day with 16 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim. They are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, Energy Star compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on the all-new Mix 96 FM. And now, back to the action.
Crabtree approaches the ball. The kick, it is in the air. It's going to go down to inside the 10-yard line. Return line for Logan comes out to the 20, but he is tackled by Bo Landrum, who had a tremendous hit on one of the earlier kickoffs. This time he certainly does his job and gets the return man, who was Caden Patton, tackled about the 20-yard line, crosses it near the 21, And it'll be Logan Chieftains on offense with the Ironman with a 35-7 lead. Pete, that was a quick touchdown.
Right. It looks like Bo Landon's kind of the bomber guy going down there on that kickoff turn. The kamikaze, the first wave
earlier was lethal. It was quite the hit.
Right. Even if he doesn't make the tackle, he could affect the play. And he did that time.
Sturgill still in the game, a quarterback for the Chieftains. He's only thrown one pass, and that went to Tristan Prater for the interception. Shotgun formation, one back in the backfield. Steps back, going to throw his second pass, but no, he tucks and is going to run. Has some room, crosses to 25, makes a nice cut there, and is going to take it out to about the 28-yard line. Did a nice job there, and obviously Sturgill probably a better runner than thrower. They just haven't been able to get anything positive down in distances going tonight, but he's able to pick up about 8 yards on that snap, second and short. And this is what a wing T defense would like to do, is have second and twos, but they have had very few of those tonight, Pete.
Absolutely. Jackson defenses definitely rose to the occasion almost from the get-go.
Sturgill under center. One back in the backfield, two slots. Here comes a motion man. Ball is fumbled on the snap, and the quarterback does drop on it. There's a penalty flag in the backfield. Let's see what this was. Logan had the optimal second and 2, but are they picking the flags up? They appear to be picking all flags up, but there was a loss on the bobbled snap by the quarterback, so it'll be 3rd and 3. Mark the ball the 28-yard line. Logan still running that wing T, but now they spread it out a little bit. Have slots here to the right, single wide out to the left. Shotgun formation. Nope, quarterback under center. One back in the backfield. Drops back, the throw, and it's going to be a slant pattern by the Chieftains, and I think they're saying it's a catch. It was right at the turf, and they're going to give him a reception, and that's going to be a first down, and they haven't had one for quite a while, Pete.
They have. That's number 2. They had one early in the first quarter.
Their first completion with a pass. They've only thrown a couple. David Norris in there at one of the tackles, along with A.J. Denny. Jones at the nose. Quick pitch to the running back, number 21 for the Chieftains. That is obviously very thick. He's able to turn the corner, pick up a couple yards, crosses the 35, marking down about the 37-yard line. 2nd and 7 for the Chieftains. Winters and Maston, the two inside linebackers for the Ironmen. Prater, Blankenship are corners. Prater with the interception in the first half. Now a touchdown reception here early in the third quarter. Ball is bobbled around, and it looks like Xander was in the backfield in a hurry and wraps him up, and it's going to be another tackle for a loss. That is Xander Karagashian. We're going to get better at that as the year goes. But, wow, he's been a player tonight, Pete. Been very involved. Good to have him part of the Ironman football tradition. 3rd and now long. 3rd and 8. Ball marks back about the 36-yard line. Cowbell is ringing. Crowd stomping his feet in the bleachers. Sturgill is under center. Single back. Here comes a motion. Takes the jet sweep. He's going to keep it. He gets across the 40-yard line and actually picks up pretty good yards, but is going to come up about 3 yards short of first down yardage needed. Right in the middle of the field, and we'll see what Logan decides to do. They're down 35-7. Good to see him going for it on the 42-yard line of Logan, but can't keep punting it to this Jackson offense. Logan's going to play for it. 4th and 2. 6:17 to go here in the third quarter. Sturgill is under center. Motion in the backfield, single back. Maston showing blitz, but now they drop back in a punt formation. Looks like they're going to quick kick, but this might be too much time. Referee deep in the secondary throws his flag. Oh, Logan takes a timeout, so they're going to take a timeout to talk this over. It's 4th and 2, 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. 35-7. Ironman with the lead. We'll take a quick timeout. Be back in 30 seconds.
Do you remember being a kid and waking to the smell of bacon frying on the stove? Or the smell of fresh steaks on the grill? Those days are not over. Dave's Custom Butchering in Wellston brings back those childhood memories with some of the best fresh meats available for your family. Smoked bacon, homemade brats, fresh ground beef, and unbelievable steaks are waiting for you at Dave's Custom Butchering. Dave's Custom Butchering, West Broadway Street in Wellston. Call ahead and we'll have your order ready. 740-384-2340.
You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on the all-new Mix 96 FM. And now, back to the action.
Punt formation for the Chieftains, 4th and 2. High snap, chases the punter back. He gets a quick kick. Not a long kick, but it should get a Logan bounce, and it does. And it rolls deep into Jackson territory, across the 20, across the 15, and it is still rolling. It'll die about the 13-yard line for the Jackson Ironmen. They will have their second possession of this third quarter. Ironmen have the 35-7 lead. Gave up first down, Pete Wilson, but defense still playing pretty solid.
Right, and this is Brown's best punt of the night. Give him 45 yards as he got a very favorable bounce there. Didn't have a good snap, so give him a lot of credit for that one.
Going to see Hayden Bice out there on the field for the Ironmen. I'm going to assume he's at the center. It's going to be it's going to be at a right guard position for Jackson. Bice, a senior. Been a really solid program player all through his career. Slot to the right side for the Ironmen. Winters under center. I formation. Snap. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Evan Spires, and the handoff goes to Cade Wooford. He breaks a couple tackles, crosses the 15, gets tackled about the 16. Short gain. Spires now under the center for the Ironmen. We've seen both he and Jacob Winters, both, well, you hate to say this without seeing everybody, but Coach Hall agrees with myself in that we might have two of the very best quarterbacks in all of Southeast Ohio on the same team. So we have to feel very lucky in that regard.
Right, and the wonderful thing about it, if quarterback is their best position, the running back not too far behind for either guy.
Nope, no question about it. Spires under center. I formation, slots to the left, looks down the field, throws it over the middle, and it is Prater with a diving catch. Pretty throw, good catch, and that's going to go across the 30-yard line, mark it a 33, I think, and it'll be a first down for the Ironmen. Prater's such a tough cover. He has great hands, and he has a drop tonight, which we won't see many of those all year. He's made, I think, more acrobatic catches in his career than I have ever seen a receiver have for the Jackson Ironmen.
Surely one of the best. And we have been around, so we're allowed to, make some judgment, some perspective.
We've seen
and we can still see, too. We got glasses.
Yes. Prater split to the left side. Two backs in the backfield. Handoff goes to, I think, Webb. Webb crosses the 37, falls down about the 39. We'll see where they mark him, about the 39-yard line. Pickup of about 5 yards on first down. Butcher in the lineup for the Ironmen. We mentioned Bice in there also, along with a lot of the other starters. Hunter Webb at the fullback position. Dropped back by Spires. He's being pressured, rolls to his right. Now he's bought some time, still rolling to his right. Now the pressure's coming. He does a nice job of throwing it out of bounds. Not taking the sack. He's third and about 5. Coach Hall talks about the decision-making of the senior Evan Spires. We see it all the time, either on the football field, basketball field. What you call it, the young man makes plays. Very intelligent, very few mistakes. He's such a competitor.
Outstanding young man. Of course, the younger brother of Jaden Spires, who is a Ohio University Bobcat. Saw him in a green jersey. He's on the team this year.
Doing a great job, Jaden over there. And what a running back he was for the Ironmen. Shotgun formation. Two backs in the backfield. Slot to the right. Spires looks down the field. Good throw. Catches Blankenship. Blankenship will be tripped up about the 45-yard line, but he makes the catch and makes a first down, and will move the down markers.
First down. First and 10 on the 45-yard line.
Stay tuned with us in the post game. Once again this year, Monroe Collision will have the Hit of the Game Award presented to one of our Ironmen, and we will also have the Gillum Insurance, Jason Pudge Gillum, for the 16th season doing the Player of the Game Award. We talked about the guy, Frank Swingle, who started all that back for City Loan many, many years ago, and Pudge has carried on that tradition. Hand off to the I-back, cut by Wooford. Boy, he gets cut. He comes back in the field. He gets now across the line of scrimmage. He had to run a long way there, Cade did, to get across the line of scrimmage, pick up 1 yard. Times the Logan defense has actually been stout in between the tackles. Obviously, the Ironmen have a little bit of a speed advantage, I would say, Pete Wilson, over this Chieftain team. And the fact that we can throw the football makes such a difference. It does open things up.
Puts all kinds of pressure on the defense. You can't focus on one aspect of the game, the pass or the run, or even one player.
Spires under center. I formation. Slot to the right. Drops back. Straight back. Looks down the field. Throws it deep down the field. Has an open receiver, and he hits him. And he's inside the 30-yard line. I think it's Cade Wooford. I don't know if that was a circle pattern out of the backfield, but a pretty throw, and hits him right in stride. Wooford takes it down inside the 30, mark at the 27-yard line. Pretty pass, pretty catch.
27-yard gain for the Ironmen there. Spires now 7 out of 9 passing for 75 yards. That's Wooford's third catch, I believe.
I think Wooford, we're going to see us throw to Cade Wooford more this year. Eli Browerman now the tailback in the I. Hunter Webb the fullback. Spires under center. Slot to the left. Hand off to Webb. Makes a nice cut at the line of scrimmage. Crosses the 25. Maybe gets to the 24. Pick up of 3. Whistle blows, and we have a Jackson Ironman on the field. This might be our first leg cramp of the night, Pete, the way we're holding, the way it is. I can't tell who it is. Both teams will come to the sideline. 1:50 to go here in the third quarter.
Looks like it might be a lineman there. It was in the interior. Didn't see what happened there.
Jason Crawford quickly out there on the field along with Doc Owens. Once again, Pete, how lucky are the Ironmen to have those kind of gentlemen on your sideline?
Right, and I tell you, they're very dedicated. I'm sure they do more than what is required. Doc Owen is the team's physician. I believe he still helps a lot and coaches at the Pee Wee level, Dan, if I'm not mistaken.
He does, and Jason Crawford seems to be everywhere down here at Jackson High School, and working through Holzer and allowing him to be there is such expertise. And I tell you, Coach Hall, Coach Morrow in basketball, Coach Walburn in basketball, all the head coaches, they will sing their praises because that takes an awful lot of pressure off the coaching staff to have that kind of quality of people involved in your program.
Absolutely.
It looks like the injury with A.J. Denny, he's walking off the field on his own, whether it was a cramp or not, don't know that for sure, but now he decides to jog off, so that's a good sign. Jackson will be a 2nd and 7. Ball inside the 25-yard line. Mark at the 24. Ironmen come out. Wooford in a slot formation to the left. I formation with Webb and Browerman in the I. Spires under center. Drops back, takes a look down the field. A good throw. The pass is out there, and it is caught. And it was Cade Wooford. A perfect pass by Evan Spires. Wooford runs by the defender into the end zone. Spires lofts it over the top defender and into the hands of Cade Wooford. And pretty pass, pretty catch. And that's a lot of fun, Pete, to watch us be able to throw the football like that.
Wooford out there in the slot like a wide receiver. I think he'd be pretty good at that too. But
I think he could play that. You're right.
Spires hits the 100-yard mark with that touchdown pass, 8 out of 10.
Excellent efforts by both quarterbacks tonight. This Ironman offense has now scored 41 straight points. It's 41-7. We're trying to make it 42. Ethan Crabtree on the field. Good snap, the hold, the kick is up and good, and it is 42-7 with 1:29 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. Be back in 1 minute.
At Holzer Urgent Care Services, we're always prepared for the unexpected. With locations in Gallipolis, Athens, Jackson, and Pomeroy, we're available after hours and weekends when you need us most. We treat everything from the flu to minor injuries for both children and adults. Our team of medical professionals are second to none and always deliver friendly visits, excellent care, every patient, every time. For more information, please visit holzer.org.
Hi, it's Kylie, and you know what time of year it is. Football time. And our friends at Jackson Express, home of Big Papa's Pizza, subs, chicken, and more, have got you covered before or after the game. My dad just loves picking up a pizza and subs or even chicken tenders with potato wedges. And he always gets my favorite, the super cheesy pizza. Jackson Express has it all, including veals, mac and cheese bites, loaded potato bites, and more. So stop by today and dine in or carry out.
Jackson Express on East Main Street next to Toro Loco. Call 286-3811.
You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on the all-new Mix 96 FM. And now, back to the action.
When you're a home team, when you're in the lead, and those two words come up, running clock, Pete, that means something good is happening.
Right, that means that you're up by 30 points or more in the second half.
It's good for the local restaurants. This crowd will be out and about here shortly, and kickoff by Crabtree down to about the 11-yard line. And the tackle once again, quickly. That time I think it's Eli Browerman getting down there in a hurry. He makes the tackle inside of the 20. Good kickoff coverage. Boy, we had the one big blemish on the opening kickoff of this year, Pete Wilson. But since then, this kickoff team actually has woke up and been outstanding.
It really has. Other than the opening kickoff return, Jackson probably would grade out at A or A- at the very least. For their kickoff return coverage after that. And when you score a lot of touchdowns, there are a lot of kickoff returns.
Running clock, so it is moving, but Jackson's going to take a timeout. This is the time of game we're going to start doing some substituting, and I think that's exactly what this timeout involvement is, just making sure you got the right personnel out there. 1:12 to go here in the third quarter, 42-7, the Ironmen with the big lead. And we appear to be huddled up and trying to get some new bodies in there. See, Evan Jarvis is back on the field, who played some in the first half, and you're going to see Evan Jarvis in that secondary. Good, solid-looking junior, going to play that strong safety position. We'll try to get as many names as we can out there. Number 11 is Caden Thielman. He's a junior. 16, Jake Malone is a senior, plays cornerback. Very good one out there. Does a nice job for the Ironmen. He will also play some quarterback when we have games like that. He'll get time under center. Pitch to the wide side. Running back turns the corner on the left side of the field, and he is wrapped up, it looked like, and we just called his name, Jake Malone. Rat came up, made a good tackle, gain of about 3 yards for the Chieftains, maybe 4. Bring the ball out to the 23-yard line. Mitchell Mapes in there at the outside linebacker position. Mike Baker in there at the nose guard. Looks like Dylan DeLong at a defensive tackle. Derek Bowling at one of the outside linebackers also. And we'll see number 17 coming off the field, Xander Irvin. 33 seconds to go, and we'll see 19 Brody Butcher back on the field. I don't know if that might have been an equipment issue there. 3 seconds, running clock now. 2nd and 6. Logan drops back, and the throw for a slant over the middle goes incomplete. And this might be the last play of this third quarter because the clock keeps going on incomplete passes. Braden Stapleton into the lineup for the Ironmen also. 9 seconds running clock. Logan's not in a big hurry, so I think this will be the last play of the third quarter. So after 3 quarters, It is the Jackson Ironmen scoring 42 straight points in this contest. Ironman 42, Logan 7. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with fourth quarter action here in just 1 minute.
At the end of the third quarter.
Actually, we're going to keep it here because I want Pete Wilson to get involved in the broadcast. Pete, Ironman racking up some big numbers there in third quarter. A couple easy touchdown drives.
Right, and, just kind of an unofficial demarcation of the stats as the Ironmen are starting to fill their reserves into the game. Actually, it's like a whole new defense in there right now. Probably see a lot of the same on offense, too. But while the first-team defense was in there, Dan, only 2 first downs for Logan. I'm sure their rushing yards was no more than 40 or 50 net. And, of course, one pass completion. And so anytime on your defense, if you hold a team under 100 total yards, you're doing good. And I don't know how it's going to end up because of, we're subbing now. But the defense obviously played very well the entire game. And the offense did as well. A couple of stops by the offense. But, whenever, you don't use your punter, you've had a good game.
You do know you had a good game. Well, bear with us, folks. We'll try to do the best. These are new numbers on the field, and it's the first game of the year, so we're trying to learn them as you are, and we'll do what we can. Logan has the football. 12 minutes to go. It is a running clock. The Ironmen with the 42-7 lead. When you have a 30-point lead or more in the second half, that clock can be running. Totally a second unit defensively on the field for the Ironmen. Sturgill under quarterback. Note they have the new quarterback in also, and it's a handoff to the outside, and boy, Pulling gets a nice job turning the corner, and he's going to get a first down. That was 3rd and 6, and he's able to turn the corner and get it all the way out to the 35-yard line. And Caden Pulling, who we expected to be the top running back for the Chieftains, been battling the injury bug, has not had many carries tonight, but he did have that kickoff return to start this game. Gets a run, gets a first down, 1st and 10, mark it at the 35-yard line of the Chieftains.
The Ironmen had held him to -4 on 3 carries. So, I'm sure they were looking for him. He came into this year as the 3rd leading rusher on the team last year.
T formation, handoff right up the middle, and there is nothing there. Boy, good stop by that interior defense of the Jackson Ironmen. Guys fighting for time out there, and it's important. They're ready to play. Couldn't tell, but there's just a lot of white helmets on that particular play. Couldn't see exactly who was all involved, but I think Mike Baker was in there. Second, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, called it 2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle. Nice run to cut to the outside, and that's Pulling, and he's able to cross midfield. Boy, he cut it outside quickly on the run up the middle. No, it wasn't Pulling. It's number 21, Barrick Fick. Probably one of the top plays of the game for the Logan Chieftains, and he takes it across midfield into Jackson territory, and they're going to mark it. But there is a flag. Let's see who it's against.
After the play, personal foul.
Oh, it's going to be a personal foul after the play by the Chieftains. So it will be a first down. It takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line of the Ironmen, but now they'll march it back to the 41-yard line of the Chieftains, but it should be a first down, 1st and 10.
Logan on the 41-yard line.
Wyatt Woodgard is the sophomore quarterback in for the Chieftains. Woodgard is under center. One back in the backfield, slots to both sides. 1st and 10 from the Chieftain 41-yard line. Motion comes. Woodyard steps back, throws it up in the air. Ball is deflected, bounces around. Nobody gets their hands on it, goes incomplete. Creighton Stapleton reports back in the lineup for the Ironmen. Running clock, so we are down to 9 minutes to go in this contest. Chieftains would sure love another score, and that would stop the running clock option. 42-7, your Jackson lead. Next week, Pete Wilson will kind of start hinting about this. We're going to play a team that's been in the state finals 2 years in a row. Is that possible?
Don't say that Andy Hall ducks anybody. Ironton Fighting Tigers at Tank Stadium.
They got a big one tomorrow night against their arch rival Wheelersburg, but we will be 8 days away from taking on the Tigers. There's some illegal motion by the Logan offensive line. It'll march them back 5 yards. We'll be down in Tank Stadium. So much history there. Talk about the history between Jackson and Logan, 98's performance and all that. How many big games have taken place in Tank Stadium through the years? And the Ironmen have been involved in a bunch of them.
All right, and two of our good friends are listing in Columbus. We'll give them a howdy-do. Dick Gentle and Ron Heath.
Those are two of the good ones. Two of the good guys.
Right. Thank you, Internet. Thank you, streaming. A lot of
Second and 15. Pitch back, deep in the backfield. Mitchell Mapes is chasing him down, wraps him up. The running back gets back about to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Good job defensively. We put Logan in a 3rd and long. Post-game, we will be giving the Moreau Collision Hit of the Game Award. Hit of the game will go out there. They'll do that every year. They give a T-shirt to the players. They've done this for a number of years, and then we will name a player of the game, and that's the Gillum Insurance Player of the Game by Jason Pudge Gillum. 16 years he's been doing that. Always fun to talk to that gentleman. Shotgun formation for the Chiefs. 2 wideouts. Quarterback's going to keep it from out of the shotgun, Woodgard, and he's going to maybe gain 3 or 4 yards, get back to near the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 10, and let's see whether Logan wants to punt it away. 6:50 to go in this contest. They find themselves down by a score of 42-7. You see number 10 come in, Jack Brown. He has been their punter all night. He's had his hands full most of the night, Pete, from that punting position. We put a lot of pressure on him.
Well, Jackson, if they're able to hold on here and the score finishes 42-7, it will match Jackson's biggest win ever over Logan in 1974 when the Ironmen defeated Logan.
Where did you come up with
down
that?
The hill. Oh, Spencer Wall's handout.
Oh, okay, good. Punt goes off the side of the foot. It goes out of bounds. It'll cross maybe the 40-yard line. We'll see where they mark it, but it'll be Jackson's football. They're going to do the walk-off there on the sideline as the punt went out of bounds on the Logan Chieftain sideline. Looks like it's going to be at the 40-yard line. 6:09 to go in tonight's contest. 4th quarter, 42-7. The Ironmen with the lead, and they'll have the football. We'll have a whole new unit in there on offense. They break the huddle from Coach Hall.
Boston Campbell, the sophomore quarterback.
Campbell is under center.
First varsity experience.
All right. I formation for the Ironmen. Slot to the left. Hand off to the second back through. Crosses the 40, across the 45. Falls forward, approaching midfield range. Goes for about 7 yards, nearly 8 on first down. Who'd you have as the back, Pete?
I'm looking.
Caden Patton is down on the field, and he is being treated for a cramp. Got a little assistance there from Eli Browerman, I think, stretching him out. Now you got Jason Crawford in there going to do a little work on Bite. 2nd and short. 5:36 to go. Now an injury will stop the clock.
Browerman on the run.
Browerman on the run. Okay. Thank you. Browerman's had a nice game for a sophomore. He's back up to Cade Wolford in that running back position, but very effective there. Very efficient on the extra or the special teams.
Right, and it looks to be very quick and aggressive, unafraid in there. Sophomore on his first varsity experience. Eli, of course, the son of Jackson Middle School principal Mark Berman and his wife Amber Berman, who was a teacher in the Jackson City schools.
We actually we expected Eli to be a good football player this year, no doubt about it. You've seen him come up through the...
Right, older brother, a valedictorian at Jackson High School last year.
Well, what a baseball player, wasn't he?
Baseball and soccer.
Right, the luxury of getting to do baseball with you last year, and a lot of these guys are on that baseball program that had such a spectacular season. Coach McGraw and his Ironman. Hand off to the front back up there, and that's Braylon Powell. Braden crosses the 50, gets a first down near the 45-yard line. Move the stakes again, another first down for the Ironmen. They've collected a bunch of them.
19 now against 4 for Logan.
5:06 to go, running clock. Ironman with a first down at the Chieftain 45-yard line. Subbing freely in here this whole second half. The only bad thing for a running clock, it knocks minutes out of your second and third teamers. They don't get as many snaps. Ball is fumbled from the quarterback and center exchange, but I think the whistle blew before that. It was blown dead. Line judge is going to he threw a flag. We'll see. It looks like it's going to be a penalty against the Ironmen. Or no, I think it's just going to go as a fumbled snap, and it's going to be about a 3-yard loss, moving back to the 48. A lot of post-game. We'll give away awards, Pete's statistics, which everybody waits on. And naturally, we get excited. We get a chance to chat with Coach Andy Hall about this win number 1. And how about this, Pete Wilson, win number 98 for Coach Hall here at Jackson.
Oh, boy.
Pitch back to the deep back through. It looks like it is Browerman again, and he takes it around the corner, and I think he might score. He's down to the 10. Now he's going to get pulled out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. Eli turned the corner, outran the pursuit. One man had an angle on him and does tackle him. They'll mark it about the 3-yard line. Good execution by the second unit on the Ironman offense.
49-yard run by Browerman. He hasn't done too bad at all. 3 carries, 74 yards. I think he's lobbying for some playing time somehow with this talented team.
Yeah. Well, we knew we had skilled people this year and a lot of experience coming back. I think the question was the offensive and defensive line, and Coach Hall kept telling us they are better. They've grown up this year, and they have shown it tonight. We are much better in the trenches. Eye back, second back through. It's Browerman. He gets down to about the 1, gets inside the 1. Ball might be loose. People are diving on it. Let's see who comes up with that loose football. And Logan comes out of the pile-up. They will have the football, probably be marked inside the 1-yard line, but it will be the Chieftains with the football with 2:57 to go here in the fourth quarter. Ironman's first turnover of the night, I think, Pete.
It is.
Comes with under 3 minutes to go in the contest.
Oh, the ball inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, we were close for a touchdown there, and it got knocked out, and Logan did come up with it. 99.5 yards to go for the Chieftains. Clock running, 2:45. Ironman just about ready to clinch victory number 1 in this season. We're had a 2-game losing streak, Pete. The heartbreaking overtime loss to the Cavaliers last year, and then the 14-12 loss in the playoffs to Tri-Valley. And this team was hungry to get back on the winning side of things, and they did that tonight. There is a flag thrown. I think Logan might have had an extra body on the floor. Delay a game. That's going to be about a 2-inch penalty? The ball was inside the 1. Now it's as close. The tip of the ball is as close to the goal line as it can be. Down to the 2-minute mark. Tight formation for the Chieftains. Quarterback under center. He sneaks it, gets across, gets out to about the 2, maybe the 3-yard line, gives them a little bit of breathing room. Clock will keep running. We're now at 1:40 to go in this contest. 44 comes on the field for the Ironman. That's Drew Wiley. Drew's a sophomore. 72 on the field for the Ironman. Kelson Mullen, another sophomore. 79 on the field. Caden Patton. He is a sophomore, 5'11", 275 pounds. He goes in there at the nose guard position. Handoff to the second back through, gets across the 5, falls down to the 6. Good job tackling-wise there by the Ironmen. Looks like Xander Irvin involved on that tackle. Xander, an inside linebacker for Jackson. He is a sophomore. Xander, a football, basketball, baseball guy, plays them all. Dad Jonathan is the JV basketball coach for Coach Max Morrow. Chieftains over the ball. This could be the last play of the game. 25 seconds left. Handoff to the second back through. Mitchell Mapes involved in the tackle. There is a flag, so this might be a face mask. That might stop it. Nothing intentional. It looked like Irvin Mapes involved in the tackle on that one. Or no, they're even going to keep the clock running to Pete Wilson. It's a personal foul. I think there'll be one more play if Logan wants it, but nope. Well, it looked like both teams are headed to the sideline, but now they'll come back out. They're going to play one more down. This is where you hope nobody gets hurt.
Logan will decline the penalty.
They decline the penalty, so this game's over. Probably a pretty good call by Coach Eddie now. Both teams now will line up to shake hands. It is the Jackson Ironmen with victory number 1 on the season for the Ironmen. Coach Hall and his Jackson Ironmen by a score of 42-7. Remember, Logan scored on the opening kickoff to take a 7-0 lead, but it's been all Jackson Ironmen since then, and they come away with a 42-7 win. And as Pete Wilson says, the biggest victory in the history of Jackson. Logan, Pete?
Well, I believe it ties it. You go back to the 1974 season. That was Randy Ridge's senior year. We're old enough to remember.
Randy ran for about 280 or 300 yards that night off tackle.
Right, and I tell you what, a guy who had a great game that game was his cousin Mike Ridge on defense. Yes. I remember he played phenomenally that night, and just everything went right because that was not a bad Logan team.
I had a couple brothers on that football team, and that was back under Coach Ron Finnick, and that was a 42-7. I do remember that now, and now the Ironmen duplicate that score and get number 1 on the season. Handshakes are at midfield, and that's another thing we missed last year, Pete. The wave goodbye instead of a handshake. It's good to see both teams getting a handshake now, cheerleaders included. Jackson comes away with win number 1 tonight. 42-7 is your Ironman victory. Next week, they travel to Tank Stadium to take on the Ironton Tigers, who have been in the state finals the previous 2 seasons. Ironton football is back on top of things, and what a matchup that should be, and going to be a lot of fun for our fans, and we should have a big contingent of fans heading down Route 93 to see that one. But it is Jackson can enjoy this one. We got 8 days to get ready for the Tigers, and Ironmen now are huddled up in the end zone. They are standing there singing the fight song, which is a neat tradition that the Ironmen have kind of taken on. We're going to take a timeout, but remember, folks, there's a lot of post-game to go. We're going to give away awards. We're going to have Pete Wilson's stats, and we're going to talk with Coach Andy Hall about tonight's victory. Lots to go. We're going to take a few timeouts, but stay with us on the radio. It'll be back. Jackson Ironman 42, Logan Chieftain 7.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah, Peyton.
See that couple? Classic Peytonville love story. She's a safe driver. He hardly drives at all. Both control their auto insurance rates with Nationwide.
How'd they meet?
Fate, Brad.
What's that?
Ooh, don't touch it. It's wet.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Smart Ride and Smart Miles programs require enrollment. Availability and details vary. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Virgil Hamilton. For all your insurance needs, stop by our office in Jackson, Ironton, or Chesapeake, or check us out on Facebook or virgilhamilton.com.
At Atomic Credit Union, choose how you check. $5 opens your account, and you get your debit card the same day. Online and mobile banking gives you access to your account 24/7, with features like card activation and deactivation, remote deposit capture, pay another member, and bill pay. Visit us online at atomiccu.com and unbank with us today. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Nimco Propane is your local propane provider, serving all your propane needs. Nimco Propane sets all tank sizes all year round, and customer service is their #1 priority.
Nimco fills all orders in a timely manner, and they accept heat vouchers and carry welding supplies. Call the professionals at Nimco Propane today, 740-596-4477, or check them out on Facebook. That's Nimco Propane.
True fans know that success in football is all about tradition, dedication, and loyalty. Those same qualities are important to the Sherwood Falks Insurance Agency. We care about what's important to you, and that's why we believe in helping you select the right insurance for your needs. We're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. Give us a call at 740-286-1708. We'd love to help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual. Go Iron.
How do you define easy? At Jackson County Banking Center, we work hard to make it easy for you to get your new mortgage loan. We know not everyone can come into the bank. That's why our mortgage lenders are glad to do business however you do business. Online, in person, or over the phone. Call 1-800-542-5004. Click on vcnbfamily.com or visit your neighborhood Jackson County Banking Center to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dakota's, Jackson's premier place for steak and ribs, has been proudly serving the community since 2004. Come out and join us for all your local favorites like our one-of-a-kind onion loaf, or treat yourself to one of our world-class hand-cut steaks. Enjoy the fall weather fireside on our amazing patio outdoor dining area. At Dakota's, your experience and safety are our number one priority. Here you're always treated like family. That's Dakota's Jackson at 451 McCarty Lane.
Great food, great friends, great fun.
You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on the all-new Mix 96 FM. And now, back to the action.
Back here at Alumni Stadium, Thursday night, very unique. Great rivalry, 98th time, Jackson Ironmen taking on the Logan Chieftains. Been such a close rivalry through the years, but the Ironmen just won for the 48th time to Logan's 46, but it's been that close, folks. Now, we did open up a little bit of a margin here. As Pete said, for the second time in the history of this rivalry, we win by a score of 42-7. That doesn't normally happen against the Chieftains, but we'll take it. The last 2 years, Ironmen have crossed the 40-point threshold with Coach Hall and his Jackson Ironman offense, so it's been impressive showings. Defense really shined tonight because, in essence, they pitched a shutout. It was an opening kickoff by the Logan Chieftains, taken back by Traden Pulling to give Logan a 7-0 lead, but from that point on, defense never gave up any points, very few first downs. I think I looked over Pete's shoulder and saw they had 5 first downs total for the game, and the defense, in essence, basically gets a shutout tonight. Offense put 42 points up on the board, so very good night on week 1 of the Jackson Ironmen. It was just 6 nights ago the Ironmen took on Bellbrook here in a scrimmage and actually didn't play very well, but I don't think people realized how good Bellbrook was, and they definitely got the best of the Ironmen. I think people questioned this team a little bit. This team was hungry tonight, no doubt about it. They came out and performed even after the little setback to start the game with that touched kickoff return. We'll talk to Coach Hall, and I think he'll be very, very happy about that. We're going to give away 2 awards. The first being the Monroe Collision Hit of the Week Award winner tonight. With a 42-7 win, we say this every time. There could be so many winners on this, but there was a no-brainer tonight on a kickoff. We gave up a touchdown on the first kickoff, and as Pete Wilson said, A-plus performances from that point on. Very seldom did Logan get across the 20-yard line, and some lethal hits down there. Eli Broerman had a couple of those tackles on the kickoff, but the hit of the night was Bo Landrum. His hit, helmets flying, really came down. I don't think he was touched, and he was at full speed and hit that poor return man for Logan and leveled him about that 18-yard line. But a big hit by Bo Landrum, so congratulations to Bo. You are a Monroe Collision Hit of the Week Award winner. Thanks to all the Eddie and the fine people down at Monroe Collision. Remember, they'll take care of you. You have a wreck, you hit a deer, Monroe's Collision will take care of you. And thank you for sponsoring, once again, the Hit of the Week Award for this Jackson Ironman football team. The second award, Jason Pudge Gillum, our buddy. Been doing this 16 years, so Gillum Insurance, Player of the Game Award winner tonight. And once again, 42-7. A lot of guys could be involved in that play, but we're going to name a junior tonight. Normally we like to lean towards seniors, but you can't deny the stat when Jacob Winters, who starts the game at fullback, but he and Evan Spires obviously are going to be a two-headed quarterback situation this year. But Jacob opens the game up for the Ironmen with a 70-yard touchdown run to get us on the board, tie the score back up. The Ironmen proceed from there to score 35 more straight points and cruise to a 42-7 win. He has 5 carries for 88 yards, 3 touchdowns tonight, rushing the football. He has 4 completions from his quarterback position in 8 attempts, 66 total yards in the air, and 1 touchdown. So four touchdowns for winners tonight. So many of the Ironmen played very well. We'll talk about them with Coach Hall here in a few minutes. But a very impressive week number 1 win for this Jackson Ironman football team. And as we always love to do, and I'm missing my buddy Dan Dobbins here to give these awards away, but folks, he will be back in a couple weeks, and we'll do it together then. Pete Wilson's working on stats, so we're going to take one more timeout. We'll be back with the final game stats, and we'll have a word from Coach Andy Hall here shortly.
At Belicio Foods, commitment to the community is at the core of our company. We've been feeding people for over 25 years, and that means we've also employed folks from right here within the community. So we're proud to give a little something back. Donating to local charities and helping local organizations, we are helping to make the community closer and stronger. Belicio Foods, we're your neighbors, we're your friends, we are part of the community, and always will be.
The Jackson County Health Department HOPE Initiative is offering free naloxone to those who wish to have a supply of the life-saving medication. Opioids take lives, and naloxone saves them. Get your free naloxone kit. Stop by the Health Department or call and they can mail it to you. They also offer contactless delivery. Help save someone's life with free naloxone provided by the Jackson County Health Department, 200 East Main Street in Jackson. Call 286-5094. Stop overdoses. Carry naloxone.
Osborne Equipment Service.
Have you been getting a lot of calls from a little boy?
Well, yes, we have.
That's my son. He always talks about how you have something for everyone.
We do. If you're looking for truck parts, we have the largest selection in the area. Your son keeps calling us looking for everything.
Derek.
Yes, Mom.
You've got to stop bothering those nice folks at work.
But, Mom, I love talking to them.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
Before, during, or after the game, Papa John's of Jackson has the deal for you. Order one of their delicious Epic Stuffed Crust pizzas, or try the new Shakaroni pizza, and don't forget to add on a garlic parmesan papadilla. Order online at papajohns.com or download the Papa John's app to place your order and have it ready when you are. If you don't want to get out, order through DoorDash and have it delivered to you in Jackson, Wellston, or Colton. That's right, DoorDash delivery in Jackson, Wellston, or Colton, only at your local Papa John's of Jackson.
We should go bowling and have the best pizza in Jackson County tonight.
I don't want to go to 2 places.
Well, we don't have to. The best pizza in Jackson County comes from the local bowling alley, Liella of Wellston.
Really? No way.
Yes way. Come on in and grab a lane, and the best pizza in Jackson County at Liella of Wellston. Liella of Wellston, located 15 North Park Avenue, Wellston, Ohio.
Call Liella of Wellston at 740-384-6670 to grab your pizza today.
No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, Max Residential Heating and Cooling has it. From complete TempStar cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make Max Residential Heating and Cooling your first and only call for all your cooling needs.
Hi, this is Mark Cheney. Call me at 740-701-9619 or find us online at maxresidential.com. TempStar, quality you can feel.
You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on the all-new Mix 96 FM. And now, back to the action.
We're back here at Alumni Stadium. You can hear the band in the background. And what you got to love about high school football, especially here at Jackson, is tradition. And now we see when we have a game like that, the Ironman football team runs down to the end zone and the band serenades them with the fight song. And then they head to the locker room, and now the band actually comes out and still entertains. And there's still a lot of crowd that hangs around to watch this band perform. It's very special, and the Ironmen come away with win number 1 tonight, a 42-7 victory over the Logan Chieftains. And Pete Wilson is ready for post-game stats, and these are always the best. So, Pete, tell us how it happened.
All right, a lot of players had a hand in this big Jackson win, which kind of was weird because of the way it started, the 94-yard kickoff return by Logan, and then Jackson a little slow out of the gate, but then once those gates opened, it was a one-sided affair. The Ironmen win going away 42-7, running clock for much of the second half. The Ironmen roll up 20 first downs to only 5 for Logan, 47 snaps of the ball for Jackson, 34 for Logan. Logan unable to run the ball, which is what they needed to do out of that wing T offense, and also to keep the explosive Jackson offense off the field. Jackson rolls up 300 rushing yards on 29 trips. That's better than 10 yards a clip, just a little bit. 166 yards passing, so Jackson a robust 466 yards here in their opener. And remember, that's with the reserves playing in the fourth quarter and with the running clock. Logan is held to 98 yards on 30 trips running the ball, and then 5 yards passing, so give them 103 yards. Jackson was 12 out of 18 passing between the two quarterbacks, no interceptions. Logan, between their two quarterbacks, 1 out of 4 with 1 interception. Jackson had 2 touchdown passes. Jackson did not punt. Logan punted 6 times for 159 yards. Jackson did end up losing a fumble, their only turnover. It was inconsequential as far as the result of the game. Probably did keep Jackson from tacking on 7 more points as it was on the Logan 1-yard line. Logan had 2 fumbles. They didn't lose either. They did have that 1 interception, which was key because it was early when the game was competitive. Jackson had the 1 lost fumble, only turnover. Jackson 3 penalties, 30 yards. Logan 9 penalties, 53 yards. Individually, it's a list, so hang in there, guys. Jacob Winters, our player of the game, 5 carries, 88 yards, ran for 3 touchdowns. Cade Wooford, 10 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Evan Spires, 4 carries, 33 yards. Broerman, 4 carries for 76 yards. Powell, 2 carries for 15 yards. Hunter Webb, 2 carries, 8 yards. Blankenship, 1 carry, -1. And Rodney Campbell, 1 carry for -3. Throwing the ball, Evan Spires and Jackson chose its 2-quarterback offense. Certainly they can do that if that's what Coach Hall wants to do. Evan Spires, 8 out of 10 passing, 1 touchdown, no interception for 100 yards. Winters throwing the ball, 4 out of 8 for 66 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception. Cade Wooford is the leading pass receiver in the game for Jackson. 4 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown. Tristan Prater, three receptions for 55 yards and a touchdown. For Logan, Trayton Poling, who was a question mark coming into the game, he was the young man who ran 94 yards on the kickoff return on the opening play of the game. He has 5 carries for 28 yards. Barry Fick, who did a lot of the legwork for Logan, 7 carries, 36 yards. Logan passing between the 2 quarterbacks, 1 reception only in 4 passes, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. That was by the ball hawk, Tristan Prater.
Thank you, Pete Wilson, on statistics. And Coach Hall is now approaching the press box here, so we're going to get his thoughts on tonight's game. And those stats were very impressive, Pete Wilson. And Coach Hall's working on a water there. He's been the media darling tonight. Gridiron Glory was here tonight covering this game, and I saw they interviewed Coach Hall at the end of it there. But I'll hand him a headset. We're on. Yep. Sorry, Coach. No, get a breather coming up those bleachers. But
okay.
But how about this stat? 98th time Jackson and Logan have played. Your 98th win. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'll tell you. Not the start that we wanted.
Not exactly, no.
But, after that, I thought our kickoff team did a fabulous job. Eli Berman and Bo Landry.
Pete gave him an A+.
Set the tone. And, again, a lot of those guys on that kickoff team, that's the first time they've done that. And so, we made a couple of adjustments, and they made their plays, and they did a great job. But I thought, tonight, defensively, it starts with the defense. I mean,
it doesn't show up when they see the score, but it's a shutout for the defense.
Right, and again, not knowing the total stats, but they didn't get a lot.
They had 5 first downs and a couple of them in the fourth quarter when a running clock and a lot of substitution going on. They didn't have much.
No, and, last week we saw the wing T, and we just got rolled over. And so we made some adjustments, made some changes personnel-wise, and then the ones that we just got better. We just coached them up better. We did a better job with them. I thought the staff got a lot of white hats to the ball tonight, a lot of gang tackling.
Early on, you got an inside linebacker, Grant Masson, not a bad player. has an 8-yard tackle for a loss. I mean, that's out of just a running play. I mean, that's pretty amazing. He was in the backfield a lot today.
Right. He missed the first scrimmage, and so last week was his first action, and he was rusty. And he'll tell you, he didn't play well. And he wanted to redeem himself tonight, and I thought he really did a nice job, really setting the tone for our linebacking core and our secondary. They didn't throw the ball a lot tonight, but I thought, again, getting white hats to the football, doing our jobs, taking away the buck sweep, the trap, things that they like to do, and giving us good field position. The defense really set the tone for us tonight.
Speaking of white hats, I like the white hats, and I love the uniforms.
Yeah,
look great tonight.
I'll tell you what, it was different. It really was. And any kids these days, you look in college and even the pros, that all-white look is really popular for them. And, it's for the kids. It's not for us, old guys. I'm not a big all-white guy personally, but they love it, and it's for them. And, it's just something that gets the kids excited. And, we had a great crowd tonight, and it was nice to see. It felt like normal football for the first time in over a year.
2 bands, shaking hands after the game.
Yes.
Things we missed last
just
year.
Being outside.
Grandparents in the crowd that couldn't be there last year. I mean, just that. And students.
Yes.
Students getting to come. I mean, we missed so much last year and this year. Let's hope it stays.
Cross our fingers and keep praying that we can. Yes.
Offensively, over 300 yards rushing, 166 yards passing. Pete had great numbers, 20 first downs. 42 straight points we scored. Pretty impressive. And the question about quarterback, what a great question to have. We got 2 awfully good ones.
We do, I made the decision, a couple of days ago to, go with Evan, but knowing that Jake is going to play, and they both knew that. And I said, they're so close to each other that, they both deserve to play. And, you saw with, Jacob on a fullback trap, those 60 yards.
Great
Evan,
trap block on that. Boy, he showed some speed.
Yeah, he did. And, Evan did some things with his feet tonight. They both had great touchdown throws.
Evan had 2 stiff arms on run that was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, I mean,
they're both strong.
Those 2 would start at running back or quarterback for anyone in this area, and so they both deserve to play. And, of course, if Lord forbid anyone gets hurt, we've got a guy that can come in and play. So I thought both those guys did a nice job tonight under center. We were under center and in the gun both. I thought offensive line got better tonight. Trent Evans probably had 3 or 4 pancake blocks that my dad was so excited that, Dad has kind of taken over with losing Coach Wooten, to the administration role. I moved my dad over to the offensive line kind of solely. That kind of his baby. Him and, Tyler Jeffers are doing it, but, that's kind of his thing on Friday nights, and he really enjoys those big guys. And they're playing. They're getting better. And I thought Trent probably had his best game as a varsity player. Like Caleb McGraw has gotten so much better than he was last year. He was young, and
both sides of the ball.
Both sides of the ball. And he's a leader. He's a senior. He's telling guys what to do. A.J. Denny at guard. Again, we moved from tackle to guard. I think he's more comfortable there. David Norris, another year starting at guard.
Had a good trap block.
Yes,
sprung winners early.
He did. Yes. And then Nate O'Brien got his first varsity start tonight, and he's learning. He's a big old boy. He's lost 35 pounds. He's worked his tail off to give himself an opportunity. And so, with those guys up front and Grant Maston
tonight, gives you a look also.
Tylen Messer, those guys all do a good job. Hayden Bice come in tonight. I had some nice trap blocks. Alan Adams at center came in too. So those guys, we've got some bodies that we can throw in there to play. And I thought they got better tonight as well.
Well, we talk about that receiving core. Prater is special, and so is Bragg and Blankenship. But how about when you throw Wooford the ball that well, too? This year, he's obviously a running back and a receiver.
He is, and that's why we got him in the slot a lot more. And look at Jake Wood. I mean, Jake Wood is another kid that can flat out fly. He'll catch it. He had a great summer in 707. He probably was one of our best receivers in 707 early on. And so he's going to get minutes out there. But, it's a situation where we got a lot of skilled kids that need the ball. And, it's not a one-man show. And every night it may be someone leading us different in rushing or leading us in passing or leading us in receiving. It could be different every weekend. So, it all starts up front to begin with. The offensive line, I thought, really established themselves, and, we got to get better each and every day now.
Well, big improvement from 6 days ago.
Yeah.
And now we got 8 days.
Yes.
And I guess it's hard. I mean, granted, this ties the biggest margin Jackson's ever beat Logan at. It goes way back to 1974, 42-7. So this was a huge win for the Ironmen to beat a team like Logan that way. But can't help yourself looking ahead a little bit right now. Now we got to celebrate and enjoy this one, but the Ironton Tigers, one of the premier teams in the state of Ohio. Been in the finals the last 2 years. This is exciting.
This is, and you're expecting probably 6,000 to 7,000 people next week in the tank. There'll be that many tomorrow night when they play Withersburg. We'll get a chance to go, of course, watch that. But we traded film early. We traded our last scrimmage to each other today, and I just took a sneak peek. And I'll tell you, boy, they got weapons. They're monsters up front. It's who they always are. I mean, when you say Ironton, I don't care if it's 1960s, 1970s, and now
Coach Pendleton's kind of changed the culture there too a little bit. Again, I mean,
right?
They've always been spectacular, but he's doing something right down there.
He is, and we talked about that a couple years ago about why are we not playing? We scrimmaging each other and we're beating each other up, and it's fun to do. And he said, we need to start playing again. I said, let's do it. Let's find a date and let's go for it. And with he and I, both, neither one of us are afraid to play anyone, and we're like, let's go get it. So, it's going to be a great atmosphere next week. Like I said, we get an extra day to prepare. We're going to lift weights tomorrow right after school. We're going to condition, go over this film, get our helmet awards, all that stuff the kids like, and then put this thing to bed. And then we're going to get the weekend and get ready for the Tigers, and a big week next week for our program, that's for sure.
Oh, no question about it. We said should be a huge contingent of Jackson Ironman fans heading down 93.
There will be. Oh, there will be. And I tell you, of course, what Ironton brings to every game. But, I know our crowd will be, fantastic on the road. That visiting side will be packed. We'll probably be 3 or 4 deep in the end zones. I mean, it was what high school football is about, and that's why we weren't playing.
That's what we said tonight. And a rivalry like Logan, so good to have them back in week 1. And Logan's going to get better. Coach Eddie can coach.
Oh,
They're going to get better.
So
we got to enjoy these when we can, because there's going to be a dogfight, them opening up with them every year.
He'll get that culture going. We know he did it at Gallipolis, and Logan kids are tough kids. And so his style of the wing tee and the blitzing defense he does, that they'll get better at that. They will. And, like you said, it's a big rival each and every week. But, one thing I do want to mention, Phil a little empty here tonight.
I know.
What's going on here?
We've mentioned his name a few times. You did a nice little tribute to him in the pregame show. And we miss Dan. He's probably a couple weeks away, but he's going to be back. And the broadcast is not as good without him.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know, Dan, I know you're listening, or hope you're listening at this point. Maybe he went. Maybe he's in bed at this point, but
he needs to be rested.
Yeah, he needs to rest. But if you are listening, we love you. We miss you. Ironman football is not. It's different. If you're not here with you and Dan and Pete, you three make this happen, and everyone enjoys listening to you. So get healthy, get well, fight this thing, and hopefully we'll see you back in a couple weeks.
Congrats, Coach, on a big win tonight, and it's fun. And win number 1 this year, and it's going to be a fun season.
It is.
We're looking forward to every week.
It is. A lot of great opponents. This is a good football team. We're going to get better each and every week. Great coaching staff. We're going to keep plugging at this thing.
I think these kids want it.
They do. I do.
Good. Well, we'll see you next week.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Coach Andy Hall talking about tonight's contest, and it's always fun to get his appraisal on that. Pete Wilson trying to get a handshake from him there. He finally gets it. Okay. Get your ears back on there, Pete. And very impressive job, stats-wise, very impressive job for the Jackson Ironman tonight, Pete Wilson, and it was a fun one. And, 8 days from now, we're heading down 93. It's going to be a treat.
That's right, heading down 93. We remember way back when we were in high school how good Ironton was. Under Coach Bob Lutz, and as you say, Coach Pendleton has brought that back.
Is Coach Lutz still the winningest coach in the state of Ohio history?
I don't think so, but he would be right up there.
I think he was at once.
Well, he would be right up there.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But I tell you, this first 5 games for the Ironmen are tough. We knew that Logan is not the Logan of old, but he's still the largest enrollment school in southeastern Ohio, and they got a lot of pride. And Coach Eddie's a good coach, so you don't take that for granted. But the next 4 are going to be tough, every one of them. And then, of course, then you go into the big FAC play, and you hope that you can get through these first 5 games with as many wins as possible. It would be great to win them all. But I think that's going to be a tall order, and next week may be the tallest of them all.
We just take one at a time, and that's a big one next week, and we'll look forward to that. So for myself, Dan Morrow, and the best stat man this side of the Mississippi, Mr. Pete Wilson, and Erica back in the station, we thanks everybody, and we'll be with you in 8 days from now. So good night, everyone.
Hey everybody, we're back with the Gillum Insurance Player of the Game. Tune in each and every single week for Dan and Dan on 96.7, and they'll be giving you the award right after the game. And stop in and see us at 135 East Huron Street at Gillum Insurance, or give us a like on our Facebook page at Gillum Insurance at facebook.com. Give us a call at 740-395-0357, or shoot us an email at jason.gillum@american-national.com.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day with 16 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim. They are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, Energy Star compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
Hi, it's Kylie, and you know what time of year it is. Football time. And our friends at Jackson Express, home of Big Papa's Pizza, subs, chicken, and more, have got you covered before or after the game. My dad just loves picking up a pizza and subs, or even chicken tenders with potato wedges. And he always gets my favorite, the super cheesy pizza. Jackson Express has it all, including veals, mac and cheese bites, loaded potato bites, and more. So stop by today and dine in or carry out.
Jackson Express on East Main Street next to Toro Loco. Call 286-3811.
Between work, sports schedules, and daily responsibilities, it can seem like there just aren't enough hours in the day. Holzer Pediatrics understands your busy life and has added after-hours care for your child's well checks. Pediatric after-hours visits are now available in Gallipolis and Jackson, Monday through Friday until 8 p.m. and on weekends, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Your child deserves the best care and providers who make time for them. Call 1-855-4-HOLZER to schedule today.
Dave's Custom Butchering and Retail Deli of Wellston is your one-stop for fresh local meats. From burgers, brats, and steaks for the grill, sausage or bacon for breakfast, or a fresh side of beef or pork for your freezer, Dave's has everything you need. Don't pass up their homemade chicken and ham salad, prepared and packaged for any occasion. Cut fresh daily. You won't find fresher meat anywhere else. And don't miss our monthly special, local and fresh meat at Dave's Custom Butchering and Retail Deli on Scott Lane in Wellston.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah, Peyton.
See that couple? Classic Peytonville love story. She's a safe driver. He hardly drives at all. Both control their auto insurance rates with Nationwide.
How'd they meet?
Fate, right. Brad.
What's that?
Ooh, don't touch it. It's wet.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Smart Ride and Smart Miles programs require enrollment. Availability and details vary. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Virgil Hamilton. For all your insurance needs, stop by our office in Jackson, Ironton, or Chesapeake, or check us out on Facebook or virgilhamilton.com.
At Atomic Credit Union, choose how you check. $5 opens your account, and you get your debit card the same day. Online and mobile banking gives you access to your account 24/7, with features like card activation and deactivation, remote deposit capture, pay another member, and bill pay. Visit us online at atomiccu.com and unbank with us today. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Nimco Propane is your local propane provider, serving all your propane needs. Nimco Propane sets all tank sizes all year round, and customer service is their #1 priority. Nimco fills all orders in a timely manner, and they accept heat vouchers and carry welding supplies. Call the professionals at Nimco Propane today, 740-596-4477, or check them out on Facebook. That's Nimco Propane.
True fans know that success in football is all about tradition, dedication, and loyalty. Those same qualities are important to the Sherwood Falks Insurance Agency. We care about what's important to you, and that's why we believe in helping you select the right insurance for your needs. We're proud to support companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. Give us a call at 740-286-1708. We'd love to help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual. Go Ironman.
This has been Jackson High School football with Dan Dobbins, Dan Morrow, and Pete Wilson on Mix 96 FM. Stay tuned all season long for more Jackson High School football. Tonight's game was sponsored by the following local businesses: Atomic Credit Union, Belicio Foods, Dave's Custom Butchering, Higgins Roofing and Siding, Holzer Health System, Jackson Implement, Jackson County Health Department, the Yellow Lanes of Wellston, Max Residential Heating and Cooling, Nimco LP Gas Service, Osborne Equipment Service, Papa John's of Jackson, Jackson County Banking Center, and Virgil Hamilton Nationwide Insurance. Coverage is also brought to you by A&A Truck Stop, Dan Daly, State Farm Insurance, Four Winds Community, HER Realtors, the McNerlin Network, Jerry's Jamestown Market, M&R Farm Fresh Meats, McDonald's of Jackson, Dakota's Roadhouse, Jerry's Jamestown Market, Ohio Valley Bank, Schuert Folks Insurance. Jackson Express is the sponsor of the Coach Andy Hall pregame show. Gillum Insurance has the player of the game, and Monroe Collision has the collision of the game.